around 3 times a day, I get a text that says, I don't know, he said to push the microphone button and it'll send. I don't know, he said to push the mic. Eric, are you there? Eric? I'm not lying, right? She's like, I just did that yesterday. Holy shit, he knows what I do. He said it'll send. He said it'll send. I don't know. My father thinks he got hit.
Knockem dead. Comedy show. They suck. Knockem dead.
Oh, you're not doing the theme song?
I did it.
Oh, I didn't even hear it.
It's secret. We didn't tell you.
Oh, when did that happen? Good morning, everybody. Good morning. We're live with the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show.
See it in the other screen working?
Broadcasting from the world famous Governor's Comedy Clubs in Levittown. It is Friday, December, I think it's 6th. I don't even know.
Yes.
Yeah, it's the 6th.
Yes, December 6th.
And we have a special guest with us. His name's Eric.
Well, thank you.
Eric Haft. Not Eric Shevlin, but Eric Haft is here.
Hello.
Hello, Eric. Hello, Eric. So where you go? Eric's going to be at the clubs this weekend, Friday, for today.
Tonight. I'll be at
I
McGuire's
was
Comedy Club tonight, yes.
That's right. McGuire's Comedy Club tonight, Eric Haft.
Very cool. Thanks for having me.
Are you excited?
I am. It's my mom's birthday. Let's
Oh,
say happy birthday, Mom.
Nice.
She's not watching.
How young?
Trust me.
How young is
I
Mom?
don't know how to use this. Where do I turn it on?
What is this magic stuff that's going on? Oh, this is a new... You got a whole new intro and everything you didn't even tell me about.
Surprise.
Yep.
You guys are
How come we didn't
jerks.
hear it?
But check it out,
Look.
Eric. You can't see it
Well, it's-
here.
Oh, I see.
It just when it's a
looks
video, it plays at home and the sound plays at home.
There's like a weird
I
flange.
don't
Yeah.
like that. I want to hear my theme song.
Well, you can hear it on your own.
I don't like that.
Wait, who went first? Tony? And then me? And then Sally?
No, it's Sallie, me, you.
Sally, me, you.
I know. I saw
I'm
the video.
last? You
Yeah.
son of a bitches.
That's the
How
way when we
dare you.
set up this show 2 years ago. That's how you worded it.
How dare you
How dare you?
put me last? Eric, what do you think I should do about this?
what
I
he
think it's
wanted.
very upsetting, and let's just stop right now. It's
Yeah.
very early, guys. You guys are starting early for
Yes.
a comedian to have to come in and try and do something.
What time do you normally get up?
5:30.
In the-
I've been up for a while.
What,
I'm
you,
up early. I got to
Us too. I'm up.
what, you got young kids or
I'm up
whatever?
at
What?
6.
got
No,
teenagers.
my kid's a teenager.
Oh, well, you never know.
Well, don't you get up to you still say goodbye to them? or
I'd
with
rather
them?
not say. No. Let's not talk about anything. Let's just don't sit here like morons. No, I'm up early. I'm an early riser. And I was I was here last night, so I didn't get home till 1.
Wow.
Yeah, that's
So
late for the
I
early
was up at
riser.
5:30.
Oh, that's
moly.
I
brutal.
pushed it to 5:45 today. It was rough. But no, things good. And so this is what? Knockem Dead? Is that
Knockem
right?
Dead
Knock-
Comedy, the radio show on Monday
You
through
guys are
Friday.
doing your thing. I
11
like
to 1.
this.
We're trying.
Look, you have my picture, and yes, my hair was black. And for all you people, it's white now.
We
And that's
scared
the
him.
beauty of technology. We could just
I like it
take
white
the
better.
hair.
I have to say I like because there it's it's just combed back. It's cool. Now that you let
It's
it go
fake.
white,
It's
though,
fake.
Yeah, but now you've gotten more style. Now that you let it like you're trying to make up for the lack of.
Yeah, is that a nice way of saying
color.
I look old?
No,
No.
You don't look old at all.
But
You know, here's what happens. Like that picture's it's a couple of years old, and you go to the city and you get your guy and he does the and they
Yeah, right
touch
there.
up.
That's already too much work
They,
right
they
there,
touch
yeah.
your face up, and the girl comes in, and you're like, oh, I wish I could look that good,
Right.
But then I turned 50, and I was like, man, I don't want to do this shit anymore. It's like,
Right.
you just want to become like, this is who
Just
I
wanna
am.
Be one with who you are.
When did you
This is who
start-
I
And
am.
everyone should love you that
When did you
way.
start going gray?
Well, that's the thing. So 17 years old. So that's
So
why.
there you go.
Like you don't have a choice, Like my
Right.
mother was like, "You're not walking around like that," It's like Carrie Carruthers. Half, you look like an asshole. You have to dye that shit,
What do you think? You gonna buy cigarettes with that hair?
And then it's I think it's been almost 2 years now. But she went the other way. She was like, Haft, stop with the dye. and I had already started like
Carrie or your mom?
same thing.
His mom calls him half.
Carrie Carabas is my mother, just a younger version.
Right.
It's like having your mother, you know.
But not necessarily meaner.
Oh,
No.
well, please. No, Carrie is like, you don't get much meaner. No, I love Carrie, but she was like, all right, enough with the dye. Let's see what you look like. But I've been doing it. I started shaving. You get a haircut. You're like, all right. And then you leave a little gray. And then I would put a little more. And then I finally said, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, it's more
Right.
work.
Wow.
And I
a
used to
lot of
dye
work.
my own hair. It's like, because I'm not paying somebody to do that.
No, but
so I mean, I was literally like one of these, like, hairstyle. Okay, let's do this, And I would mix the colors, and I had like a whole setup in my house, like a professional setup, because I was like not paying people, but I also didn't want to be like a just for men guy, 5 minutes in,
Right.
And I would literally do the brushing it in, the roots first,
Wow.
and then do I learned how to do it because I've been doing it since I'm freaking young.
Yeah.
Sure.
Wow.
And so that's how ridiculous. My wife was like, "Wow, you should just stop."
Just stop.
And this is what I wind up with: white. I'm
She's
100.
looking at you going, that's not manly at all. Just stop.
She's like, "You don't spend enough time in the bathroom." She's like, "You have more steps for a guy than any man I have ever known." I am this close to
I have
homosexual.
never dyed my hair. Never. No.
You don't need to,
No.
though.
See, it's getting a little bit here.
Really?
Yeah, you see, it's a little.
Do you dye it seriously? You
No.
do? Oh, okay.
Little gray here.
No.
No.
I don't even dye my hair, but like
Yeah,
I
but you don't have to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I could probably have like a nicer color if I did it, but I can't imagine doing it for no reason.
Well, here's the latest problem
Like
with
once
the
I
hair.
go gray, I will. But I know like people
Yeah,
in my
you're not
family have
gray.
like they have the color in their hair for like a pretty long time. So, and I'm already in my 50s, so
No,
I'm
it's-
holding
You're
out.
good.
No,
You're
it's
good.
not Anderson Cooper. It's Eric Haft.
Hello.
Eric Haft is going to
is
be
great.
at the brokerage. No, I'm sorry, McGuire's.
McGuire's in Bohemia. 8 o'clock show.
Tonight.
I believe Mary Capone is with us
Oh,
tonight.
good.
She'll be hosting.
she's great.
Good show.
Yes, love Mary. I think it might be Anthony DiDomenico might be there.
Good show.
Not 100%, but I think.
Where's he
might-
been? I haven't seen him since forever.
I don't know, but I believe he might be on that show.
Okay.
So it should be a fun night. It's going to be great. They already have some good reservations, so it should be like a packed little house.
Good. And that's what you want.
That's what we want, man. Comedy's hard enough. We want fun people.
Right.
so.
And that's what we tell everybody. Go out to the clubs before they make it big, and you have to go to the Paramount and spend $75 or the Madison Square Garden to see Sebastian Maniscalco for $125.
No.
Go out, spend a nice, decent price on your ticket. Go out, get a nice.
The clubs
Chicken-
are the best place to see comedy. I don't care
Absolutely.
what- every comedian that you talk, and you do it all the time. You guys know you have.
Yeah.
Every comedian wants to be in a comedy club. It's
Yeah.
just more fun. It's like, why are people here? To see you. They want
Right.
to laugh.
Right,
They
it's
didn't
fun. They're
come
ready
to
for
like,
it.
oh, I'm at a theater, and oh yeah, occasionally I'm going to go out and see a couple of. This is like the real deal. Down
Yes.
and dirty. They're right in front of you.
And
Food's good.
and
Food's
even
great.
the Thursday and Sunday shows, the comics are bam, 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 and there's no drop off, and you're laughing. And the only problem I have with Thursday and Sunday is that people don't. They really should announce who they are more. I don't know, or have merchandise or something. Because every time I go to Thursday Sunday show and I bring people, they're like, "Who was that guy with
Yeah.
the thing and the girl that came on, and who was that?" And I'm like, "Didn't you hear?" But I guess
Like,
it's
it makes it
easier for
seem-
me.
Too many people.
It makes
Right,
it
it's easier
seem
for me 'cause
like
I know them.
they just decide in a couple of hours who's going to go that night.
I don't.
Like it doesn't seem like there's a lot like a big word weeks ahead who's going to be on Thursday night or Sunday. Yeah.
No, those shows are the all-star show,
Yeah.
right? You
Right,
don't know who's
yeah.
going to show up. It can be Kevin James. It could be
Eric Haft.
Oh, that's tough to get him. But no, but that's the fun of it. And at the end of the night, and James actually said this to me.
Yeah.
Comedians don't say their names. Like
Right.
at the end, I always say, "Hey guys, my name is Eric Haft. Thank you very much."
Right.
Whatever. Like it's a simple thing, and most comics don't do it.
Right.
I'm not saying people are going to remember. They still see a million people.
No, but maybe 2 out of
They do
10
wanna
will.
know.
Maybe
They
2
wanna
out of 10 will. But I'm telling you, every time I bring a group of people, like, who was that guy with the thing and he was
Yeah.
and sometimes even I get confused sometimes too, and I'm like, I think that was because I don't know everybody, but
Yeah.
I start to know their names a little bit more and more. Let's see.
My mother's good at that. That's like when she asks Alexa stuff. Alexa, what's that woman? The one with the girl? She's on the show, you know. That's
Do you ever
her
see
brother's name is Bobby. You remember?
Do you ever see the Saturday Night Live skit on Alexa for the Elders?
No.
Oh, it's so funny.
funny.
Like it's actually kind of, remember the old brown paneling in your basement? Like it's that color, and it's,
like
it's like
that.
silver
That's
something.
great.
And so and it's like spoof after spoof about like how they just sit there and talk. And there's a whole scroll of names that are kind of close to Alexa that'll accept.
I love it.
It's really funny.
Very
Now,
cute.
What is the deal? So, is this all comedy? This show mostly comedians?
We try.
Yeah. You mix it up.
We
try.
mix it up.
Okay.
Yeah. No, we have some musicians on. We have some actors. We've had mediums. We've had every,
Yeah, people
Larges. I'm sure you had some larges.
Yeah, we had some larges. We had some.
So
Let's see. What else do we have in here? Who else do we have in here?
We've had people of
authors.
interest. Yeah, like we had a guy who was suing the town because they wanted to take his treehouse down.
Yes, the
really?
treehouse guy. Yes,
Treehouse.
We've even covered serious topics: drug addiction, suicide, 9/11. We had a special show in here with a fireman who was in both towers when they collapsed.
Yeah, wow.
So we kind of cover.
Yeah,
do
we-
some
yeah, we-
sports.
I'm sorry. I keep
Sports.
seeing my ugly face behind me. It's freaking me out. It's like
we won't promote your gig anymore. We'll take it.
No,
out.
that's it. It's so funny because when they, immediately they're like, we need a headshot and your bio, and you're like, oh God, I gotta send them one
Yeah.
of those,
Yeah.
know. And,
Oh,
and my
boy.
wife goes, why did you give them that? What can't you give
Yeah.
them something?
As
I'm
soon
like,
as you
I'm
send
not
it,
giving
right?
them like one of these, selfie deals. Yeah, I
Right,
can't.
right. You
Like
can't.
at least that's a
Right.
professional shot.
Exactly, yes.
They're gonna put it online wherever they put it. I want it to at least look normal.
Right.
Well, normal might be a stretch,
Yeah,
but
that's
it's
a
still a
stretch.
good quality photo.
Yes, yes.
I love it.
I want to go back a little bit.
How far back?
Let's
wanna
go
go
back
back
to the beginning.
Well,
It
yeah.
was 1968.
Well, his website says he's been a performer since he was 12.
What?
Well, yeah, really.
Well, I want to know what that's about.
Yeah.
yeah,
what's that about?
I started.
Well, you were young and needed the money, and people went to
That's
jail.
it. I was a whore, a dirty whore. I still am. I started out.
Now,
I'm
every
a
time you
professional
do that, I
musician.
think it's Carrie.
Yeah, I know. That's it. There are voices for everyone. That's my specialty. I'm a professiontional musician since I'm 12. I used to
Nice.
play, so I went to school for music.
Jam.
I'm a drummer,
Get 'em on
percussionist. I sing. My family's musical. My dad played clarinet, saxophone. I'm a jazz guy. I went to University of Miami and studied studio music and jazz.
Nice.
Were you in the marching band?
Ugh, and in high school, unfortunately.
Yeah, you
yes. Oh my! I was the what do they call that? The drum
Major.
Drum corps.
Drum, major. Right?
Who's the person with the scepter?
No, I was playing. I was still playing.
No, but who is the person with the scepter? What do they
That might
call
be
him?
something with flag. Yeah,
You know that's a drummer right there. Just the way he did that,
yeah. Well, that's traditional grip,
Yeah, us laymen, we just kind of slam. You're like, like you're holding the sticks, through the fingers. You can spin them.
Yeah, so my brother's 4 years older. So like when I was 12, 13, he was 17. He was graduating high school, and I used to play with his friends because I've been studying drums since I'm 8.
Nice.
So like by the time I got to that age, like 13, I was
you were
like really good.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I studied with some serious like real drummers, like major guys.
Names.
Like
Buddy
Jim
Rich.
Chapin, Harry Chapin's father, but he's he's got like the most successful drum book. Dom Famularo, a Long Island guy, Al Miller from Syosset. These guys are like icons of drumming, like teaching, and Dom Famularo is like a world-renowned.
Mark the Animal Mendoza.
Yeah, just
No?
yeah, no.
He's not a drummer.
He's like, yeah, no.
I fought him once. He took
damn.
my leather jacket, and I was a little pissed off. But that kind of stuff. So yeah, I've
Yeah.
been performing, and comedy is new, man. I just celebrated 10 years this year, so it was. This is very new. I started
all right,
late.
so we'll explain because I find it interesting because you got Roach, Jackie Martling, Joe DeVito. All these guys are musicians.
Yeah.
Like, how did?
Johnny Carson was a
Oh,
drummer.
like
a very good drummer.
Great drummer.
Yeah.
Charlie Callis was a drummer.
Oh, was he? I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of guys.
Wow, that's something I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah,
Charlie
I know
Callis.
they're old references, but
Wow.
it seems like well, not seems. I think I'm finally convinced, but it's rhythm. It's a rhythm thing.
Oh, okay.
Drummers.
That's
And,
interesting. Oh, I didn't
look,
think
when you
about
tell
that.
a joke, bop, bop, bop. There's a setup. There's there's a topic, a premise, a punchline. It's a rhythm, and it's just the way you say it. Sometimes you hear a comic, and maybe it's a good joke, but they don't say it. Like
Right.
You can kind of notice like a beginner a little bit when they tell a joke because they don't. The punchline is so important.
Right,
like
right.
Peter Bales used to go nuts. Like he's like, you're not punching.
You're not selling it.
You always see, Peter's known. He whatever his punchline is, a very simple name, BALES. But in high school, balls, and then he gets closer, balls, party of two balls. But it's just the way you punch it, and it's a rhythm, and it's so.
And that's what we say about Jackie. We were talking about Jackie before we went on the air, but
he's definitely got a rhythm.
Well, right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. He's taking jokes that have been around for centuries, but meanwhile,
When he
nobody
says
delivers them like him.
Yeah, when he
So
says them, it's different.
It's
There's
the delivery.
there's something to be said for that because telling a story is I love storytellers, but joke tellers too. I find amazing. Like I can tell a story. Most people could tell a story. I'd say maybe a fewer people can make that story funny. But joke tellers, I don't have the mind for that. I don't know all the jokes. He's got like an encyclopedia
There
of
are
jokes,
guys-
and it's just
Yes.
they're
You
at
got
the tip of his tongue, and
Jackie
it's amazing.
Martling, you got Joe Starr is great at that.
Yes.
Chris Monty,
I love Christmas.
Oh, really? Chris
He's
is
been
like
in
that?
here a few times.
Chris.
That's not his act, but
No,
he can. Yeah.
right.
Oh, not his
Right.
act.
My Uncle Eddie.
Yes.
My Uncle Eddie.
It's guys
also
that know how to tell
like
a joke.
this. You give him a subject, and I would love to get my Uncle Eddie to call in when Jackie's on.
Stump the joke man?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Because
Oh,
they would
yeah.
go joke for joke. I mean, it's amazing. Sarah Martin and Chris Thomas both want to know if you want updated headshots. They're both fantastic.
Yes.
Yes,
And yes.
Sarah Martin is a drummer as well.
Really?
She said,
Sarah, can you make me look normal, please? Help me.
Well, I've worked. Well, you have too. We've worked with Chris, and she's unbelievable. She's an unbelievable
the
photographer.
guy that did these, and I don't know how I found him, is the guy that does all the Fox News people.
Oh, really?
And I don't know. It was either Facebook. I don't know where it was. And I wound up just trying him out. And he did a good job. It's nothing wrong with him. It's just,
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
They need
I don't
to be
know
updated.
why, but this reminds me of like Saturday Night Live when they come back from a commercial, they have a picture of
Yes,
of the
yes.
band.
Yes.
That reminds me of like when Eric Haft is about to be in the next skit or something. That's the
Right.
picture
I
you
don't
would
mess
see.
around.
Oh, that's what it looks like to me.
Mess around. Why not? Why not?
Oh, that's a
me?
good thing. I don't.
Right?
Yeah,
Why not?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So yeah, so I'm playing drums one night, and
Yeah.
I'm at Villa Lombardi.
Oh.
Villa Lombardi.
Yep.
So I was doing gigs. I was doing a wedding or something, and I'm packing up my drums into my car, and the guy drives right up. It was because it was right in front of the place, and he goes,
shot you.
Hey, I need your. Yeah, and that was Biggie Small's cousin, little Biggie Small.
It was revenge.
He never liked me, that bastard. But he rolls down his window. He's like, "Hey, are you leaving? I need the spot. I got to unload." I said, "Yeah. Let me just put my drums away." I said, "What band are you in?" He goes, "No, not a band." He goes, I'm a stand-up comedian." And I yelled to him, I'm like, "I always dreamt of being a stand-up comedian." He goes, "Really?" And he jumps out of his car and gives me his business card, Rich Walker.
Oh
No
boy.
way.
And he goes, "Here, take this class. You'll love it. It's stand up, whatever the hell, stand
Right.
up university. It's at the brokerage." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm never doing that. I'm like, I'm not even thinking like that." But I was at a point in my life where things were just like shitty. Can I curse?
Yes.
I don't curse too much, but
Yeah.
things were crappy in my life. I don't know. I was just like at a low. I was doing all these crappy gigs. And look, I love playing the drums, but when you do weddings your
doing
whole
you.
life, it's just like it's you're the only one not having fun after a while. You're
Right.
at
Was this
least
your
that's-
full time gig?
Yeah, that's what I was
Drums. I
doing.
mean,
I was-
the flute player just like gets in their car and drives alone. It's like
yeah, and I just remember
he
it
has
was,
to break up the whole
There's no
drum.
equipment.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
They can just grab their
It's
thing and they're out of there.
so
in
the
five
first one.
seconds.
First one there,
Easy.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
I thought
First
they
one
all
there,
drove
last one
alone.
to go. So
He's at home.
Oh, I thought you said alone. So you got to
Along
you got to
with their
pack up
flute.
everything. When the flute player
Yeah.
goes.
But anyway,
done.
so I go home with the card, and I don't know. The next morning, I'm like, yeah, it was weird. I met this guy. He's like, stand-up comedian. I was like, yeah, I always want. He gives me his card, and she looks at it. She goes, well, what is it? I said he teaches some course. He told me I should. She goes, yeah, you should take that. My wife.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
She just
She
wanted
goes,
you out of
you
the house."
really,
Yeah,
she
she's like,
really
"Get
hated me. So she's like, no, you really should. And I was like, really? She goes, believe me, take that. You, if anybody should be a comedian, it should be you.
Nice.
And I was
Wow.
always
That's
funny.
cool.
I mean, I was always doing voices and hearing voices. No, but always, the funny guy, but just never had the balls to be a comedian. And it was
Right.
hard. So
And now,
Well, you can
I-
tell like how respectful you are of it because, like, I don't know, 10 minutes ago you said, "Well, I've been a comedian for like a really short time, 10 years."
Well,
Like,
believe me, yeah.
And I know, like that's the people that feel that way. They're the people that are like so respectful of the field, and you know how difficult it is and how long it takes to really hone everything. You
it
know?
takes forever, and you have if you don't have respect for the guy. That's why any young guys out there, and I'm new at this,
Right.
But even guys newer than me always watch the other comics, especially the headliners,
Right.
These people. Like last night, I was here and I was watching. I sat down. I watched Kevin Downey Jr. do his thing, and I've
Okay.
seen his act, of course.
Sure.
We've all seen it. But I just sat there and I still laughed at the jokes.
Right.
But
Yeah.
it's you want to watch these guys and watch what they do. And then Roach went up and he did his thing, and you got to watch them,
Right.
Because
Right.
Yeah.
that's
You
a
learn from
respect
them.
thing.
Be a student.
Who
Right.
the hell are you? Not to you're so good you don't have to watch the.
did you
the
smack them
headliner?
around a little and say, "I'm headlining McGuire's"?
Yeah.
Did you?
I was
I
here
would.
last night and the door banged, so I like run out there and like Chris, he's like Paul Bunyan. He's like so big.
Hi, Sallie.
And he's got like
I eat you now.
his Nanook of the
Me
North
hungry.
winter coat on and the hood's up, like he like packed away his sleigh over to the right. And I
Right.
open up the door and it's just like that's all you see. And I was like,
He is large.
yeah.
He is large.
He's
So that's
great.
that. That's the Eric Silly. That's the short version. Yeah, how I got
So
into
now,
comedy anyway.
Rich and Peter do the class together.
Rich, Peter, and Steve Lazarus at the time.
Okay.
I think they're the same three now. But yeah, I just took the class. Roach was like 5 years in. I was just talking to him about it last night, and I said, when I met you, it was me. Jessica Colazzo.
Yeah.
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 So she was in my class.
Oh,
and
so you
we're
both
like
in
the
this-
last two people standing, from that class.
You're both in it 10 years.
10 years.
All right. Nobody from my class is around anymore.
No.
How long?
No.
What year was that you did it?
Oh, I gotta say, I believe Matthew was just born, so that's got to be about 15
2004?
years ago.
Is
Yeah,
that when
about
you born?
15 years ago, 2004,
Wow.
2005.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah, but I never followed up with it. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Thank you. One time was enough.
Some people, that's plenty. Yeah.
Yeah, I did go to a couple other open mics, but I'm like, this is not fun for me. I'm like, I was talking to some people, and the guy's like, yeah, this is my third divorce, but I'm going to Pennsylvania this weekend for a gig. I'm like, that's great. How much? He's like, $25. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not getting divorced. Number one, number two, I'm not traveling to
I just had a
Pennsylvania
baby.
for $25. I'm like, this is not for me.
I was very lucky. I
Yeah.
left that class, and there were a couple of guys in the class that were they were like a comedy duo or something, and they were so enamored with because we were doing improv. I'm really good. I love doing improv.
Yeah.
So I was like doing some
too.
weird stuff in class, and they were like, you're so funny, and I was like, dude, I just started, and they started putting me on like any little things they had, and I did open mics, but I was doing like some real shows,
Right.
And then people would have me host their shows because I felt comfortable.
Yeah.
When you're in the business, it's
Sure.
like you just know
Yeah.
how to introduce yourself, and that goes a long way.
Absolutely.
It really goes a long way.
Right.
So I
Right, a lot
got
of
very
people-
lucky.
A lot
very
of people
lucky.
taking the class, they have, their, insurance salesmen and whatnot. A lot of them are doing it just to get
I wanna
comfortable with
learn
public
how to-
speaking, or they
right,
just want to have some
yeah.
fun. So they don't have that comfortability that you already have of being in front of people.
I was comfortable, and
Did you find the open mics were a big help, or did you not do that many after all? Or?
I did, but then I started doing real shows. I still go to open mics. I'll still
Yeah.
stop down, and it's fun to just be. But I don't. You either try something new. You're not going to do your act there. Unless you're
Right.
brand
Sure.
new and just have to go through it. But
Right.
now I try and do some improv and just do whatever I can think of to just loosen up, almost like an exercise, and just be
Okay.
ridiculous.
Well, here's a business idea for you, Eric. See, there's a lot of open mics.
Just what
but
I wanna do.
What happens is, there's a lot of open mics, but from what I understand, a lot of them, everybody goes and does the same thing over and over and over again. I think there should be somebody there of a higher level to go, I think you should try this, think you should try that. Almost like a class open mic. that would be, I think, beneficial to a lot of people.
It would be. I don't know that I'm the guy to do that.
Well, no, I'm just saying.
No,
it's
you're right,
just
though.
In
It's a great
general idea.
No, it is. And the problem with some of these...
Anybody could steal it.
No, you're right. But the problem with a lot of these mics is that you're right. It's you're going down, you're doing it just to say the words, and that's okay. That's totally fine.
Shouldn't you-
But if you're just kind of hanging out, and then you do your 1 or your 5 minutes up there, and it's the same 5 minutes, I'm not sure that you're getting anywhere. With
Right.
that, you know?
Or maybe they're taking something out that shouldn't be taken out, and they're working on something new where they haven't even perfected what they've taken out yet.
Yeah.
So I'm there should be like an open mic class.
You just want to go there and boss people around.
Well, I
Yes.
think like the
Yes.
stand-up universities, the comedy college, that's taking that class one time is okay, but take it 5 times. Chris Roach, I think, took it like 5 times.
Really?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Is that why he's
Wow.
When
still,
he first started.
is that why he's still hanging around Tristan?
Yeah,
he
he-
still owes him money? He's like, okay,
It was a
I'll
long
pay you eventually.
It was a lot of money. No, but he did, and because you keep coming out of the class with more and more material.
Right.
Right.
So if you come out with even 5 minutes more, right? 5 minutes.
That's
5 minutes,
huge, right.
At the beginning you have like 7 minutes. I think is my first set.
Yep.
Which is out there somewhere for people to see. But I cheated at the beginning. I used to do impressions.
Oh,
whatever works,
Bring in
man.
yours. I'll bring in mine.
No,
I'll do it.
God,
I
please.
wouldn't mind showing mine again.
It's funny.
I wouldn't mind
Oh,
showing
well,
mine again.
well, let's get some impressions.
No impressions.
No
Leave me
impressions,
alone.
you
I
don't-
don't
come on, do one.
No,
Just one.
I don't. I don't do them.
Lou Greco's watching. Lou Greco's there tonight.
My I do characters more, but I used to do all the stupid ones.
Well, we were playing that before we went on. Abbott and Costello with you and Rich Walker.
Oh, yeah.
And that was there was kind of a Bud Abbott impression, kinda.
Yeah, I didn't want to try I just wanted more of the essence of his attitude.
Right,
Because
right.
to get that, he had that very gravelly,
Right,
it
yeah.
was very gravelly, I don't know why, but to get the essence of the attitude, like
Right.
more of the way he spoke to Lou.
Oh, so
the best
Rich
setup
Walker was
guy.
the Lou in this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, see, this is where it's going wrong off the rails right away.
No, he could never be Bud. I don't think he would. He's definitely he does it good. He
does.
He's
He's a
good.
good
one. Yeah.
And he's gotten really good at it because now he's more relaxed. At the beginning, every word he would hang on.
Right.
He always tells the story that people say, "How long did it take you to learn that?" And he goes, "Eric learned it in 5 months. It took me a year." And
I can understand
He's
that.
just not. He does. It's harder for him to learn dialogue.
Right.
The stuff. It's a tough thing.
He's
to
got
do.
a learning disability, so it's
Yes,
not,
he does.
it's not fair.
That's one of his disabilities. He's got more than one.
Well, you mentioned Lou Greco, right? They're playing here at Governors tonight, the Uncle Louie Variety Show. They
Yep.
actually do a little
Duo.
bit
Yes.
on Who's On First.
Oh,
yes,
do they?
they
Yeah,
do,
they do.
but they
Oh, that's
translated it to Italian soccer, so it's very
Oh,
cool.
these
Really?
guys are
Really
fantastic.
funny.
If
Very
you're,
funny.
if you're not playing tonight, then definitely come check these guys out.
That's
We saw them at
great.
the brokerage. They're friends. That's tonight here at Governors in Levittown. They're fantastic.
That's cool. What's
Yeah.
Uncle Louie?
The Uncle Louie Variety
Oh,
Show.
that's really cool.
Yeah, they're great.
Jeff Bossy says, love Eric. Bonnie says, Eric came to Coasters one time.
I did.
Right? And she said, we do help each other out after the mic is over and give each other opinions, but
Yeah.
none of us are professionals.
Yeah, that's what I
So-
was going to say. I was going to say the best part about seeing, the coworker, friends, other stand-up people at one
Right.
of these things is you should feel comfortable enough to be like, I don't know if that worked.
Well, and then the
I
comic
guess you
has
don't, though.
to
You'd
feel
feel weird, right?
Yeah, they have to be accepting of that
Right.
too.
And Jeff wants to know how your wife now feels about it that you're 10 years later into
Yeah,
into
she's sorry
comedy.
she ever said that.
She's sorry. Yeah, because he said his wife is getting tired of him being at the house.
Are
I
you not
guess.
playing music at all now? Is it been a total switch?
No, I still do. I'm a freelance musician, so I still get calls from like certain people that I'll say yes to, like jazz. There's a jazz trio I work with from New York City, so we'll still do like that kind of thing. We'll do some real jazz, hardcore
Okay.
stuff.
Miles Davis and Coltrane.
Yeah, but with like real musicians, like great musicians, and I get to have fun. And then sometimes I sell my soul, and I have we have fun, but I have a whole percussion setup, and I work with this DJ out East End Entertainment. This guy does tons of like Hamptons work,
Okay.
and he hires me to play in front of the DJ, and
Yep,
he pays me some
that's
crazy
fine.
money, and
Right.
I have fun.
Yeah, all right.
So I am a little bit of a whore,
That's all right.
but no, it's mostly comedy.
We
I
did
just
a
don't
New
have the
Year's
time.
game show out in the Hamptons, and boy, we hoard ourselves for
Yeah, of course.
that. Yeah, it's
that's
like so
that's
much
the life
money.
we're in. Absolutely.
It's like you want to pay us to do 45 minutes on New Year's Eve, all that money, you bet.
Here's the thing: comedy is for me. if music were as fun, and I got to play the kind of music I love and got paid what musicians should get paid.
Right.
And then it would be a different world. It's not. That world doesn't exist. It just doesn't. I mean, yeah, in very, very, maybe there are other parts of the world. Germany, they love jazz. You go to Europe in general, they're much more respectful of that art form. Here, if you're not, someone, Wynton Marsalis or some big
Buddy Rich.
name. Buddy's dead, but
I know,
yeah.
but he's the only one I know.
I don't want to be him.
I saw Wynton Marsalis once, 1995. I saw it. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
it was actually a
amazing.
great show. It was Paul Simon, Wynton Marsalis, Annie Lennox, and Pete Townsend.
Interesting.
It was a great show.
But the feeling you get from comedy when you're up on that stage and you're making people laugh,
Right.
There's nothing like it.
Yeah, you would take that over drumming?
It's not. It's different. It's
Really,
just
yeah.
like it's like. Would you rather eat? They're very different. It's like, oh, do you want lasagna or do you want
Steak and French fries.
Yeah, I
Truly
want
casserole.
both. I want it all. I mean, I love
So
both.
just all of them.
No, but they're very different. Like if I stand up, that feeling when you're getting the laughs, it's the greatest feeling in the
Well,
world.
tonight you're going to get that feeling right at McGuire's.
McGuire's 8:00.
Tonight you're going to get that feeling.
No,
Oh,
We're gonna
that's
have a
right.
great
I'm an
time.
idiot. I said, if you're not doing anything tonight, come see Uncle Louie.
Nah, that's all right.
I
I
Oh, I
know what
thought
you
you said
meant.
if you weren't doing something tonight, you should.
Yes, that's what I said.
I could have sworn that's what you said.
Maybe it was. Maybe
I,
it was.
I could have sworn that's what you said.
Oh, it was?
All
All right, good.
I thought so.
All right.
At least that's what I heard.
No, we'll
he
take
didn't.
it.
He didn't. Let's hit him.
Do you ever think about incorporating any drum stuff into the stand-up?
Everybody says that. They're like, you should bring a drum, Mark. And I'm like, no, I'm not bringing any props.
No,
I was taught.
Even that.
What is he, Carrot Top?
What's that
What's the matter
box
with
thing
you?
you sit on? That drum thing.
Cajon.
Do you
It's called
play
a
that at
cajon.
all?
Yeah, I have a
He
cajon.
sits on his cojones.
Hey, the cajones.
Do you
No.
play any other instrument?
Yeah, I play some. All the percussion instruments, but some piano. You have to learn piano when you go to school. So yeah, you have to play some stuff. Nothing like trumpet.
I don't know if
Chicks
you like
dig the
because your
piano,
dad
though.
played saxophone.
He knows.
you learned that or anything.
That's how I learned. My father would come into
Right.
the basement. Literally, I'd be playing drums in the basement. I would drive them nuts playing
Right.
all the time. And he would come down with his clarinet, and he knew all these old songs. And he was like, "Come on, you got to learn how to play a tarantella." And then he starts, bop, 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 and what am I going to do? I got to
That's
play.
right,
But what I didn't realize is he's playing all these tunes, but you're learning
Yeah.
all
Right.
these songs
It's like
as a
paint-
young
paint the
kid.
fence.
And it's like goes into your brain, and then the next thing you know, I'm doing like weddings. And
You know it.
and you're playing a hora for Jewish events and all these things that you learn all these beats.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Top 3 drummers.
for me,
Yeah. No.
Tommy Lee.
my personal favorites. I
Yeah.
don't know, like guys like you might not know the names. Like Steve Gadd is one of my all-time
I
favorites.
might not know
Yeah,
the
please,
name.
come on, Steve
on.
Gadd.
I finally got to meet him. I got
Oh,
a
did you?
picture with him. Yeah,
It's a shame he got kicked out of the Who.
Yeah.
Stop it.
He's definitely like one of my go-to guys. Oh man, Elvin Jones,
Okay.
jazz from the jazz. I mean, all the
Simon
all the
Phillips.
jazz. Simon Phillips is great. Yeah.
Let him ask him.
I was taking a guess
No,
if
you
that was
could-
going to
no,
be
I-
one of his.
No.
I wanted to see if that would made his
Who
top
else?
3.
Who else? Top 3. Carrie says hello. Loved Half. And she
Taft.
said,
Joey
love
Cole is
Taft.
watching. He says hi. Oh, do you know who Mark
Joey
White
Cole
is?
awesome.
Do you know who Mark White is of the Spin Doctors, the bass player?
I know. Yeah, I know who they are.
Yeah, he's watching
He's
too.
the bass player.
Oh, that's
He
really
says
cool.
hi,
Spin
yeah.
Doctors.
Hey,
So-
I met you guys, Spin Doctors. I met you at an airport once, and you took a picture with me, and I was
Oh.
so nervous to meet you.
He's
my
the only
wife,
black doctor.
He's the black guy.
My wife she's like, you have to go say hello. You love these guys.
Sure.
And so she's like, oh, you're such a pussy. And she walks up and she's like, guys, my husband would like to take a picture with you. And that was it.
Yeah.
It was so funny.
That was great.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, he's yeah.
Yeah, they're easy going, those guys.
It was like JFK or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to bother him.
So Simon Gadd, right?
Steve Gadd.
Whatever,
Steve
Steve
Gadd.
Gadd.
Paul
Steve
Simon's
Gadd.
drummer for years.
Oh, that's the guy. Yes. Sorry,
have
I
no
know.
Oh God,
idea.
there's too many to name. Elvin Jones, Tony Williams, Philly Joe Jones. Those are all the jazz guys. I mean, Art
Do you like
Blakey.
people that aren't quite
Max
so
Roach.
schooled, like Liberty DeVito or does
Liberty,
that,
I love Liberty. I've actually
We
played
see him
alongside
kinda
him.
often.
I did a thing. My cousin was doing a project with Liberty, and he's like, "Come on, you got to meet Liberty. You never met him." And I met him, and he was the nicest guy in the
He is,
world.
yeah.
And,
Yeah, it's fun.
and I was like, "All right, show me the intro lick to Only the Good Die Young." And he's like, "Oh yeah." I said, "I want to see how you do it." And he sat down. He's like, "Yeah, it's
He
nothing."
slams them.
He's one of the
just-
loudest,
I
heaviest.
know. I
hitting
love it,
drummers.
though.
Great drummer.
He slams.
slams.
He's like an orangutan when he plays.
He kind of is.
I love Liberty. He's a nice sweetheart of a guy too.
Yep.
Great player. But you know what I always say about guys, even if they're not technically schooled,
Yeah, I wondered how
he
you felt about
created
it.
those parts. When you hear those parts,
Right.
no one else. When you hear those songs, you hear them the way he played them. He created that part. It was like he wrote his own song, and that was kind of his beef with Billy. Actually,
Right.
was
Yeah.
that
Right.
some
Yep.
of those parts, like what was that? Just the Way You Are. Hearing that part, it was
Right, it's
it
not-
was
it's not
it
a
became
straight-
part of
right.
the song.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely. Oh yeah, the song would have had a completely different feel if it wasn't played.
Yeah,
the way
originally
he did
that's
it.
why Liberty.
And that reggae song too that he wanted to do. What was that
Well,
one?
only the good die young.
Only a Good Day Young. He wanted to make it reggae, and Liberty said no.
Yep, keep
No.
it rock, keep it rock,
Right.
and he played with brushes. He was playing with brushes on that too.
Right.
And it was just he hit so hard that it just
Right. It
he
doesn't
played-
even sound like
I love
brushes,
watching
really.
him.
He played with brushes on that.
on that song. Yeah.
Listen
so-
to the beginning,
What?
that little intros with
I
brushes.
didn't
That's
hear-
so loud. Brushes
I know,
aren't supposed
that's,
to be loud.
that's the
Right.
point.
That's what I'm saying. You don't
plays
really-
so
can't
really call them
loud.
brushes,
He
yeah.
just slams them. It's great.
Yeah, so guys like that.
Sally's getting all
classic.
excited. Every time she says slams, she's like, who slams them? Ooh.
Slams.
Oh, yes.
I love the way a drummer slams.
I like the way he smacks the skin.
Liberty has two legs. He has
Oh, you know
long
what?
limbs.
Yes.
I was talking to Kevin Downey Jr. last night. He's a drummer.
He's
Oh,
a
is
drummer
he?
too.
He's got a set at home.
Oh,
Another
didn't know
guy.
that.
Another guy. I think.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy.
Mick Thomas might be. He
yeah?
said that he got a kit from Mick. I don't know if it was for his kid or not.
Okay.
But a lot of guys are drummers.
A lot of
It's
that's
weird.
what I'm saying. A lot of
comedy and
comedians are-
drummers,
yeah.
or musicians,
Because
in
you need
general.
that rhythm. You need that on
And,
stage.
and you
I
do
don't
see
know.
a lot
I don't
of the other way too. A lot of musicians. Oh, I always wanted to be a comedian.
Yes.
Who was it we went out to dinner with?
know. Bon Jovi.
No, Ricky Bird. He was Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
Oh,
He was one of the
yeah.
original members. We went to dinner with him, and when he heard that, this is what we do, he was, oh, really? The club? And he just, it seemed like an hour. He was just telling us jokes.
Yeah, and after
Like,
a while,
okay,
like,
okay.
and
Why didn't you give Rich Walker's card?
they weren't
Took
really.
the class.
Well, they weren't really funny, but he just kept talking
Oh, I
about.
was leaving that part out. While
Well,
we were
it
in the
was
air.
painful for like an hour. Sorry, I don't care. I don't care. He should know.
I
that
don't
stand-up
care. I
isn't-
don't care. Name that
isn't his
comedian.
thing.
He's not coming back here.
You don't know that comedian?
No.
You remember Kevin Meaney?
Yeah, of course.
Remember he used to do a song, I don't care, I don't care. My jokes don't go over, I don't care. I don't care. He was the greatest. I was fortunate I got to open for him once.
Oh, yeah?
And I was so nervous, we were in the it was, I guess you'd call it the green room. It was really a firehouse. And
Yeah.
I knew he was going to be there. And I used to watch Carson. Carson was one of my all-time
Oh, me
favorites.
too.
Right.
Yeah, me too.
Sit there late, you sneak in the TV
Can't
in my
believe
room.
you're allowed to watch
on a
it,
little
yeah.
10-inch TV.
Yep.
And
Same thing, yeah.
and I knew
Black
he
and
was
white.
he was on Carson, and I'm waiting for him to get there, and I'm like nervous to meet this guy. So stupid, but I was a new comic. I was only doing it for like 3-4 years. And I was hosting the show. So he walks in and he was just like, very casual. And I was like, hey, it's really, I'm such a big fan. I don't know what to say.
Right.
I'm an idiot. I'm like, dribbling because I just, I still have that in me. Like I
Yeah.
still have
Can I-
Yeah,
respect.
that's you.
Can I get you something, Mr. Meany?
So we're sitting there, we're eating, and he's just like a regular guy, and
You're
he's
staring
so
at
nice.
him, and he's like-
and I go, I say, I make the stupid comment. I said, so
I love the Uncle Buck TV show.
I gotta ask you. I said, what was it like being on Carson? And he's like, what the fuck do you think it was like? It was the greatest night of my life.
Oh, that's great.
That's what
That's
he said.
cool.
yeah.
That's awesome.
So I was like, I know it's a stupid question.
Like,
He
"Can I
goes,
eat,
no,
like,
it's
chicken
all right."
fingers and
I know, like
He
a lot,
was
of,
on,
a
like,
lot of people
twice.
will come on and Eric will like call them by their last name at first. Like Joey Kohler was on. He's like, "Hi, Mr. Kohler." I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna be a long 2 hours."
Who, me?
Yeah.
Why? Call him Mr.
Because
Kohler.
sometimes you get like all shy and stuff.
Well, yeah, because I don't want to bother these guys. I feel like I was bothering them.
really
but I
nice,
didn't realize
good
I wasn't
people.
bothering them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Carrie said everybody wants to be a comedian. My dentist, my gynecologist, my plumber. Oh,
Yeah.
Your plumber, really?
gynecologist and plumber. Aren't they the
Plumbers
same
would
thing?
have a lot to
I
talk
hope
about.
she's talking about two separate guys.
Plumbers would definitely have a lot of material. Those guys run into some.
Yeah, and you're
Shit.
stuck in all of those. You're stuck
No,
with the
it's all right.
dentist. As he is.
What kind of dentist do you go to? As he's
Your dentist doesn't do that?
no,
A lot of
never
people
mind.
try it.
It's
A lot of people do it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
But they should. They should. I mean, I think you should definitely take the class. I did. I did like taking the class. I think it went over very well. But I look at my performance now and go, wow, I could have did so much more. And
What'd you talk about? Like, what
I-
was it real? Was it about your life?
It was semi-real. It was a story. I like the storytelling, so I wanted to create a complete circle and do a big callback at the end, and that's the way I created my story.
Yep.
So it started off with a product that I heard advertised on the radio. Then it moved into my life. Then it moved into me growing up, and then it moved into me, all my friends getting married, and then it brought it back to the callback.
Okay.
So it was kind of right around there. And then my wife was in the audience at the time, and I ripped on her a little bit, and
Yeah,
that went over
that
well.
first time is nerve wracking. I remember it. I was.
Yeah. How
I
many
don't
minutes
get-
was it, like your first time?
7 minutes.
Okay.
Well, no, my first. Oh, on stage,
Yeah.
my first time was like 3 seconds. But
Oh,
my first time on stage, you had to do 7 minutes.
It's funny. I remember I was at a bachelor party way before I became a comedian, and we were at a we were drinking our faces off, and of course this is I think it's the old McGuire's maybe, but it was a while ago, and we're in the audience and we're drinking, and they go, oh, all right, at the end of the night we have a joke contest. Anybody wants to get up and tell a joke? And of course everybody's like, Eric, you gotta go up. You're gonna. I'm like, I'm not going up.
Yeah.
I'm not going up. It's just not my wheelhouse. Leave me alone. And it was old musicians, a bunch of guys, but he was getting married. So they do all these jokes, and they were like,
They're awful.
and they're like, all right, Eddie, are you sure nobody else? And they're like, he's got to go up. And of course, I
Yeah.
was drunk enough, and I went up, and I told this joke, and it was freaking, it was like, look, I'm not saying, give me a break, but
Right.
it was just like hands down kind of thing.
Tell
All right,
us a
they,
joke.
they just handed me the, you want to hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They handed you the best comedian of the night trophy.
Yeah,
the best joke of the night
that's
trophy.
as
yeah.
close as I got to being a comedian. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that was great, but and then 10 years went by, and it's like that's life, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes you got to grab it by the balls, and that's the one thing in life. I know this is like stereotypical to say it, but do the stuff that scares you the most. Do it.
Yeah.
It
Agreed.
just like I didn't want to come here today.
I'll do a black.
I knew this was going to be rough.
I'll do a black eye later. Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Whatever it takes. Yes,
Right,
if that's
yes.
what scares you.
That's what gets me over. Yes. Okay.
I don't know.
Sorry,
We tell the joke. I don't know. It was a silly joke.
Yeah, go ahead.
You really want to hear it?
Yeah, why not? Come on.
Do you remember the joke you told that night?
course.
Yeah, that's
All
what
right,
I'm
let's
saying.
hear it. Let's hear
That's
that
what I'm
joke.
asking for. That joke.
Old
you
Italian
remember.
couple. It's about an old Italian couple that's having problems with their marriage. It's a little dirty. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll try and clean it up.
You don't have to.
Old Italian couple, they're having problems with their marriage, and they go to a marriage counselor, and he doesn't want to go. They've been married 65 years. He doesn't think they need counseling.
Right.
They get to the therapist's office, the counselor, and she separates them. Mrs. Carlucci, what seems to be the problem with your marriage? She says, I'm a husband. I can't stand this man no more. She goes, what's the matter? You're married? See, I can't live with this man no more. What's the matter? He's always a pick in his nose. I can't live with him no more. She said, you want to divorce him after 65? Because he picks his nose. She goes, that's not all. He smells like a pig. I can't live with him no more. She said, wait, you want to divorce him because
Right.
he picks his nose and he doesn't bathe? It doesn't make sense. That's not all. She said, when we make love, he's always got to be on the top. I want to be on the top. She goes, all right, give me a minute with your husband. This is not bad. This brings the guy in. He's all
Right.
pissed off. He goes, what that bitch say about me? I want to know that. Tell me what she said about me. She said, well, she wants a divorce. What kind of divorce? Crazy. He goes, she said, you're always picking your nose. And he said, stop right there. My father tell me one thing, you keep your nose clean. Right? So she goes, okay, what else? He said, well, she said that you don't bathe. You smell like a pig. He said, stop right there. My father tell me two things. You keep your nose clean, stay out of hot water. Right? She said, he go, what else did she say? She said, when you make love, you always have to be on the top. She would like to be on the top. He said, hold it right there. My father tell me three things. Keep your nose clean, stay out of hot water, and don't fuck up. And that That was a stupid joke.
That was good.
Silly joke.
No.
But, when you got
It was
200
good.
people sitting there.
Drunk people. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
It was cute.
Oh,
It was
I'm
cute.
sure it was much better
And I was
than
more
the,
animated, of course, but,
I like
Good
it.
delivery.
and I'm sure it
too.
was better than the knock jokes that were coming before that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure that's what it was. But, it was fun. But you get
Yeah.
that little taste, in
Yeah.
front of an audience, and you're like, ooh.
You're like,
that
that
was
was
well,
right. I
And
was
then
Sorry
you
about
meet Rich Walker,
What?
and he gives you the card, and that's the rest.
Speaking of
history.
taste,
Yes.
that's a perfect segue.
Yes.
What's with all the Facebook posts about beef?
Oh God, yeah. I love food. I'm a freaking nut. I
Yeah.
eat like a pig, but I smoke foods. So I got.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I got into smoking foods. I just started to experiment.
Weren't we just talking about that recently?
Yeah,
We
because
were,
you
'cause
said
we
you
were talking
like
about the
something
turkey.
Smoked turkey.
You like smoked turkey
So I
for
said,
Christmas.
Sally, get him a smoker for Christmas or
Nice.
something, and then he's like, no, I'm never going to use it. But I said, don't be lazy. You can smoke other stuff.
I
there you go.
I just started, and I don't know what it was, but I always wanted to try brisket,
Yeah.
But I didn't have a smoker, so I had the Weber, the round charcoal grill.
Yeah.
I was like, I could probably just do an offset, I'll put some charcoal on one side, and it's not really a smoker, and I started to play, and I screwed up a lot. Like I would buy these big pieces of beef, and I wouldn't cook them long enough. But then it's like a couple of times I got it, and I was like, "Oh man, I finally cooked it long enough."
Yeah.
And it was charcoal with some wood on it.
Sorry to interrupt, but that's how you smoke it. You need like the old charcoal that
Well,
you
no,
used to
like-
use.
well,
with-
yes,
eventually
that's
it's just
one
wood,
way, right?
All right.
Yeah.
But I've graduated, so I started with that, and then I started getting really good. I was doing ribs, and I was doing pulled pork, the pork shoulder, and it was getting better and better.
Calm down.
And I just started like, wow, I'm getting good at this. And I'd be up at like 1 a.m. I'd be, or I'd get home from a show, and I just wouldn't go to sleep, and I would just have the meat prepared.
I want to meet your wife.
Right, and I would just because you got to do it overnight, so it's ready to eat by the next day, because it
Right.
takes like 12 hours.
Oh wow!
Oh, it's that long.
Well, the big pieces, the big, like anything
Right,
big. I mean,
right.
it's a 15-pound
Now-
piece of hard.
What kind of smoker do you have? Do you have the egg? Is that
No,
egg
I-
thing a smoker?
Yeah, you could use it as a smoker.
You
yeah.
could use that as a smoker.
It's
Okay.
not a smoker per se.
because that's
but-
expensive. That stupid egg thing.
Yeah, it's over $1,000.
Right, but that's
By the time you add all the extras, it's probably 1,500. But no, I if nothing else, I don't do anything small. So I went on Craigslist looking for an offset smoker, and I see this guy has this, and it looks really cool. So I drive all the way out east to like exit 70 on the expressway, and this guy is literally in a barn. And I'm like, I'm going to get killed today. I am going to die in the backwoods. And he is a welder. And the guy freaking made a
He made
legitimate smoker.
That's
And- but
with
it
a
was-
dial in it too and everything.
no,
like
no, this is like heavy duty. This is like 100% wood smoker. It's welded from, it's an old propane tank.
Okay.
Huge. It's almost 8 feet long.
Okay.
Wow.
Amazing.
Sorry.
Amazing. So I said, dude, this thing is mounted to a trailer. I'm not, I want to put something in my backyard.
Right.
He goes, no, you can't put this in your backyard. I said, all right, can you make me one just like this? He goes, I do have another propane tank. Like, how much you want to spend? I said, I don't know. You got to tell me how much it would cost. You're making it.
Right.
It's literally an old, and I swear
Okay.
it took him 2 months, and he keeps sending me pictures. And one day he goes, all right, it's ready to pick up. I'm like, dude, you haven't told me how much. And he said, just give me $1,500. And I was like, I got to pay this guy 15. It was beautiful.
Wow.
He put these, I can't show you pictures but
You
it's
probably could have sold it for like $5,000.
Unbelievable. It would,
Wow.
to buy it would cost, a few
And now you
grand.
have the different wood flavorings as well, right?
Well,
You
I
have
buy all the
mesquite, you
different
have-
woods. Yeah.
Right.
So you get cherry wood, you get oak, post oak,
Cherry
you
wood.
get
How's that taste?
apple wood. It's good.
Applewood.
Yeah.
It's like
they're-
your,
getting hungry.
It's like
Never
your
even heard of
apple
apple.
beer.
So now I'm a maniac. So yeah, I post my stupid stuff online because people love to eat. John Consoli's always posting his beef, So Mike Keegan and his beef,
Oh, he's a smoker too.
No, he just likes to eat
just likes
all of
beef.
He likes to, and actually, I brought some into the green room a few times. I brought some short ribs in one night, and I
Really?
brought McGuire is my first one of my first weekends that I worked there. I made ribs and I made short ribs, and I just showed up and they looked. I think James Jr. thought I was nuts, but he goes, no, Mr. F, we'll set you up. And he let me, set everything up on the bar, and I
Well,
fed
his
the
dad-
staff. It was great.
Feeding himself.
He didn't
It
bring
was fun.
He didn't bring us any ribs.
I know. It takes too long. I just don't have the time.
That's
I
amazing.
do it on the weekends, pretty much every weekend.
See, Tony? See, you'll be smoking and eating and loving life.
Next time I come back, I'll bring some food. I promise.
But that's a lot of work. I'm not that smart, man.
Yes, it's not.
I never even thought to get.
But you have
different types of wood.
patience. But that's stuff you learn as you go on.
Trial and error, man. It takes a long time.
And he doesn't like anything on it other than like, do you baste anything, or you just like take the slab of muscle and throw it on?
Well, no, you do like a dry rub, and then you know
Well, yeah,
you're
'cause he doesn't
spraying
like
it
that.
down.
That
he
was
does-
this
he doesn't
morning.
even like salt. You know, like he just likes it. You know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I
so
feel.
Is it a
anything
waste?
You put it on.
Salt
I
and
feel
pepper
it takes away from.
No, it's just salt and pepper
I
on
just
my.
like-
I do the Texas style. Is salt and pepper. That's
Okay.
it, and it goes on, and then the smoke. Just remember, 12 hours.
Right.
You know, smoke is just engulfing this piece of meat, and then it's tenderizing and breaks down the muscle.
Right.
And then once you get to 200 degrees, roughly. It just becomes this like gelatinous piece of meat, and then you let it rest. And when you slice that sucker, it's got the smoke ring, that red. I don't know why we're talking about food. But
I know, I'm
This
getting
is
hungry.
interesting.
But
I've
it's great.
never
I'll be
even
at McGuire's smoking
seen it
food
done.
tonight at 8 o'clock. If anybody wants some ribs.
Comedy and food.
And that's
right?
what turns your hair white. It's all that smoke.
Now, does the smoke comes out of the smoker?
Yeah, up top- on the top,
Are your
yeah.
neighbors like, what the fuck?
They do. They smell it, and it's funny.
popular.
So in the middle of the night, people are smelling this going, fucking
I
half.
hope not. Why would they be outside?
Our shepherd would run in the backyard and knock it over and eat
Oh,
it.
my dog
right?
goes crazy. She's nuts.
No, these things are big. Dog's not knocking that over.
A shepherd, really?
Yeah. Do you know how big the propane tank is he's talking about?
No.
It is
He's
big.
not talking about a propane tank that you put in your barbecue that's this big.
No, it's
You're
big.
talking about like a 7 or 8 foot long propane
The one
tank.
that gets delivered and they come and they
The one that,
I
like,
had at
sometimes
one
you'll-
house I had.
Yeah.
It was
You
like
took
on the side of the
the big
house,
tall
and they would
ones.
come like once or twice a year and
Yes,
fill it.
that
So
kind
one
of
those.
thing.
It's like a big, tall one, but then they put it on their side.
Let me
Right.
just interrupt for a second, not to knock this, but I know you said something about possibly leaving at noon. It's noon, so I don't want you to be late if you had somewhere to be.
No, I don't. We're good.
He just said that in case
I
he
don't wanna-
sucked.
He didn't know
No,
if he
no,
needed
no.
us or
Oh my
not.
God.
Who are these guys?
No, I honestly, I
needed
gotta
an
be
out.
prepared. I gotta work tonight. So
I got a call. I got a call from James. I got to go hang out with these losers.
Not to get back to it, but like our house is gas, so like I could just like hook it up to one, right?
No. What?
Why? Why does it have
'Cause
to be
it's-
propane? Why does it
It's
have to
not
be...
propane. You're not listening.
No,
It's an old propane tank
the tank itself.
that they flipped over on the side, cut, welded, and then
No shit.
have
yeah,
to
and
show
then
you.
and then if
Wow.
you cook
yeah,
the
I
meat
need
with
to
wood,
see it.
I'll show you some pictures.
right? Yeah, I think Sally. Yeah, Sally needs to know because
Yeah.
if he likes, he should try it with a small smoker.
Just do it. You can do
that's-
it with anything.
Right, that's what I was. I think that was the conversation I had. Smoked turkey was the first smoked thing I ever had, and I was
Right.
like, "Oh my god, this is unbelievable!"
Did you smoke your turkey for Thanksgiving?
I did something. I did. Yeah, you know what I made for the first time? Two things. Right before I did a test, and I brined. I did my first pastrami. So
Oh,
I made a
nice.
real pastrami. Like
I
Eric-
forgot to
too,
ask. Can
his-
you share this on
Last Friday
Facebook?
night he did his first pastrami.
on your thing?
Oh,
I
do
can
you?
help
Really?
you if you can't do it.
What do you want? Wait, I missed that.
I
Here, go
love
sorry.
pastrami.
Here.
I love pastrami. Oh my
Oh,
god!
so I did. So I bought the right before Thanksgiving. I bought 2 huge turkey breasts because my wife is not a big. You know, she doesn't like fat,
doesn't
too much
love-
fat.
yeah.
So
Alright.
I said, you know what? I'm making a real pastrami. I'm going to make you turkey pastrami. So I brined the 2 breasts in the same brine for a week, and then I took them out. Then I
You are
washed them
He's
down.
badass.
Now let me ask you: do you have a separate refrigerator for your?
Yeah. Yep. Just
Really?
for there.
I
Yeah.
knew it.
To brine the meats.
A
I know
separate what?
a
Yeah,
separate
'cause you-
refrigerator just with the meats. Now, do you
Yeah.
have them in plastic containers,
Yeah,
dated?
I have like brining buckets, you know.
Wow.
So
Look
then
at
those
this.
go into the refrigerator. So then I did the same thing. Like the rub goes on the.
and where do you live? Like what town?
Northport.
I'm so hungry.
I am from Northport.
Let's go to Northport and eat. The
Sit outside Eric's house.
what are you making today, Eric? We'll just drive around Northport.
We will smell our
Good
way.
man.
from his
That's
house.
good. If you like food,
Yeah.
I'm a food nut.
I love
freaking
well,
love.
I mean,
food.
All right, so you were joking, or at least I think you were. You said about playing tonight, you know, with leaving and stuff. Do you really take a lot of time to prepare?
Well, look, you know, it's.
Or is it different when you're headlining?
It's my first time. Yeah. Like,
Oh, it's your first time
Well,
headlining then?
at McGuire's.
Oh,
at McGuire,
okay.
You know, so it's like these are great clubs, and you know, you have to respect your audience, and you want to
Sure.
give them the best show you can. And,
Right,
You know,
right,
make
right.
sure that you got at least an idea of what you want to do.
I didn't
throw
realize
some
this was
new
your
stuff
first
out
time.
there.
Oh, okay.
Well, first time headlining
Headlining,
that
yeah.
that club. I mean, obviously, I've headlined outside the clubs, you know, but whatever, or closed shows, whatever you want to call yourself, you know.
Right.
I have too much respect for headliners to, and I just want to be prepared. That's all.
Sure,
You
absolutely.
just want to do a good job.
Carrie said you could get a smoker at Home Depot for $200. Is that or
Halved. You don't need that big thing. And you're smelling up the whole fucking neighborhood.
You didn't even use a coupon.
The fuck's with you? And how come you didn't give us any pastrami? We didn't see any.
I could have sold some at Gyrolicious.
Actually, I did deliver. She had a little get together right before Thanksgiving, and I did bring some short ribs.
Oh, so she's been able to taste the smoked meat.
She had. Well, that didn't sound right.
How do we get in this circle?
Invite him to your house.
How do we get in this circle?
Yes.
Damn it.
Yeah, she lives 3 doors down. Do you know that?
From you?
Carrie lives 3 doors away from me.
Oh,
You know what it's like
I'm
having
sorry.
Carrie Carabas? She drives by the other day, and I'm like, you think you're going somewhere, and then she drives up. She's like, "What are you doing?" You know, it was like the day before Thanksgiving. I'm like preparing tomorrow's night. Come here,
Get in the car.
get in the car. I'm like, I could walk. I could race you. So I literally raced her. She was in her car. I was running. So I go to and then I wind up spending an hour plus, and of course I go back to my house, and then we open up wine, and Sam, her husband, and I are drinking wine, and it's like Thanksgiving. You're just like, all right, I just lost 2 hours of my life.
That's
So that's what it's like living next door to Carrie Carabas.
Yeah, but see,
She's the greatest.
That's
She
what I
is-
want. I want 2 hours just hanging out with. I can listen to her for all day.
Not that I need to do a commercial for Carrie Carabas, but I always say, like, she's the real deal. You know?
Yep.
She was one of the first people we met here.
She's just the real deal. Like, there's nobody, in this
Agreed.
country that's as funny as her. I don't care. Put anybody against her. I mean, I love a lot of comedians. Don't get me wrong.
Of course.
But I'm just saying, man, woman, she's one of the top.
Every time I
out
see
there.
her, like tears are in my eyes because I'm laughing so hard. She's
Joey
so
Cola.
funny.
I mean, these guys are,
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
fortunate
Joey
to have
Cola, too.
freaking Joey Cola on Long Island. And then he stops in and, it's like you get a little taste of that. I mean, so many amazing comics right here.
Right.
It's nuts.
Carrie wants you to do a podcast from the station about smoking meats. You could probably do it.
Yeah, we
So
should.
Eric could be a guest on Let's Eat Long Island. He could be a guest on Jam. We have a show here that's just about music. Joe's
love it.
acoustic music.
Yep.
Right.
Tuesday nights.
It's
nights?
good because the amount of money that you can make being on these podcasts is really adding up. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
this is where you make the big bucks here. No,
Mark David said, Carrie, you and Patty should start a podcast.
yeah.
Wow.
Now, there's a funny mother Fletcher.
Oh,
Mark David Hirschman. He has to have 3 names, though. It's a lot of names. It's a lot of names.
Usually that's an assassin.
I love Mark Hirschman.
Mark David, yeah, it's definitely an assassin type. started
David.
Mark
name.
is definitely the
Leo
funniest
Buzz.
comedian that doesn't want to do comedy. I love it. He just he any chance you give him to do comedy, he goes, "Hey, buddy, yeah, pal. Hey, I'd love to, buddy, but yeah, I'm not. Maybe the next one, buddy. All right, okay. No, I'd love to. No, what is it, Carnegie Hall? Nah, maybe the next one.
Maybe
All right.
the next one.
So freaking funny, and he doesn't want to get on stage. Yeah, that's me. I said it. Okay.
He wants to know if the headshot is your son.
See what I mean? He's funny.
Austin Crawford Pro said this is an amazing show and
Wow.
and amazing advertising displays for local businesses. Thank you, Austin. If you want to advertise with us, Austin, or sell for us, let us know. We're hiring.
It is time for our sponsors, actually.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's 12:10.
When you want pizza, you don't want just any pizza. You want Tony's Original Pizza.
Close,
From
close.
Wantagh. What's the name of it?
Bella Vista.
Bella Vista.
From Plainview.
They have the best tilefish Montichiana in Nassau County. Where are they located?
Plainview.
Plainview?
Yep.
Oh.
154 Minetto Hill Road.
In Plainview.
154 in Plainview. What's his name, Tony?
No, it's George.
George.
His last
doesn't
name's
work.
like Klokalakalakulu.
Oh, okay.
George Michalakis.
All
There you
right.
go.
Mark David said everybody wants to spend 2 hours with Carrie until they spend 2 hours with Carrie. All right, Bella Vista, the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show is brought to you by Bella Vista Pizza. Bella Vista Pizza for the best pizza in the whole wide world. Check out Bella Vista Pizza, located at 154 Minetta Hill Road in Plainview. That's 154 Minetta Hill Road in Plainview. 516-433-4464. That's 516-433-4464. BellaVistaPizza.com, baby. Check them out today. And also Gina Conjemi Coffin, licensed real estate agent with son of a guy attacked me. Licensed real estate agent with Signature Premier Properties, 631-495-7696. That's 631-495-7696. List your house with Gina. She'll work so hard for you and sell your house so fast it'll make your
Head spin.
head spin. And
Head
also
spin.
Knockem Dead Comedy for the murder mysteries in the whole wide world. Check out Knockem Dead Comedy. If you want to laugh, dance, and sing and be part of the action, then you have to come see a Knockem Dead Comedy murder mystery. If you just want to sit there with your dinner and then some crusty old pee pants will interrupt it halfway through and say, there's been a murder in the parking lot of some character you never even heard of or met before, then go see the other guys. But if you want to laugh, dance, and sing, be part of the action, and see the murder happen, right, the comedic murder. Not serious. The comedic murder. You come see Knockem Dead Comedy. KnockemDeadComedy.com/show dates for all our upcoming dates and information.
Now, look, I have to ask. So you do murder mysteries,
Yeah.
Correct.
And what happens? People come and they have to solve the mystery.
Yes.
I don't understand I mean,
right.
just give me a
It's
quick.
fun.
'Cause I'm stupid.
It's like
It's a comedy. It's not a don't blink or you'll miss something. You know,
Okay.
it's a comedy show more than anything. But it's that's a good way to describe it.
He describes it
Animated
so
characters that come out and you're watching the show. You see the relationships that they have with each other.
Yep.
The murder doesn't even happen until about 3/4 of the way through. Because by then you'll see the relationships they all have, all the motives they might have. And then after it happens, then we lead them through it and they get to solve it based on what they saw.
Very
during the
cool.
show.
And it's funny along the way.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Story.
along the way.
There's
And you do
usually
it here?
like 6 to
And
7
every year?
Done 'em here.
actors.
We've done here. We
We've done
travel
the
all over the
brokerage.
place. Yeah.
We've done the
brokerage,
little
yeah.
room.
Oh, that's
We haven't
fun.
done any other room yet, though.
That's cool.
We're-
And there's different
working on it.
shows. Like
We're working on
one
it.
is an Italian mob show. One is a redneck wedding. One is a
High school reunion.
high school
show.
reunion.
Oh, okay.
Like
So
the
the
high school
themes are different,
Like the
yeah.
high school reunion, there'll be like 6 people.
What's the singing? Where does the singing come in?
Me. Yes, very
No,
good singer.
but sometimes we have good singers too, and they
Yes.
come in. Just again, it's all for fun. It's a party atmosphere. So
That's
just
cool.
in the middle of the show, it has nothing to do with the murder, but it's just
Right.
for fun. So we have some singers, and
Nice.
we even throw some games in, and yeah, it's silliness and it's a lot of fun.
I like it.
Wait,
we
is
have-
Carrie telling me? Hold on a second. I'm sorry.
No, no problem.
Carrie saying Bella Vista Pizza is Victoria's boyfriend's place. Is she talking about Victoria Caputo?
Yes.
Caputo?
Yes.
No, that's
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah.
Unless that's a different
Yeah,
Bella
that's
Vista.
Did you do what you had to
Pastaria.
do?
No,
Oh,
it's
it's
Pastaria.
Pastaria?
Thank you.
Oh,
But Carrie's saying no wrong, sorry. I don't know if she's saying I'm wrong or if she's saying she's wrong.
Yeah, but Mark said
I'm
he's
sorry.
been to Bella Vista and it's legit.
Oh yes. Oh,
Really?
Carrie said yes. I'm right. I didn't know because I wouldn't picture Carrie
Is
apologizing.
it Victoria's
to anybody.
place or no?
So no.
Oh, it's not related. Okay.
No, Bella Vista's George Michalakis, and then Bella Vista is
Pastaria.
Pastaria
Oh,
is
yes.
Victoria.
What the hell is their last name?
Computer. Oh, no.
No, Michael's Victoria's boyfriend, and
Oh, yes,
Mikey,
yes.
and he
Fiance.
yeah, fiance.
They all getting
and his
married
father.
in the morning.
His
Yes.
father owns Bella Vista, and I think Fanatico too.
So George is this
Pastaria.
guy, yeah.
and Fanatico, they own both.
I don't know if they're not paying money.
Mike,
You shouldn't
you're
be
talking
mentioning them on this
The father.
podcast.
Yeah, you said Bella Vista again.
Oh, I did, son of a bitch.
That's what I'm saying,
Pastaria and
Pastaria.
Fanatico. Yes. Yeah. Sorry.
And you can also see one of our game shows, January 11th at the Bethpage Public Library. Fun afternoon of fun random trivia questions. And then we're doing our mobster murder mystery at 317 Main in Farmingdale on January 30th. So go to knockemdeadcomedy.com for our show dates, information on who we are, what we do, and, of course, booking information. And then, of course, don't forget teespring.com where you can order these beautiful mugs with the govsradio.com logo on it. And then you can even get the logo of your favorite show on the back. And there's also T-shirts and hats and all sorts of good stuff there. And, of course, speaking of great comedy, don't forget Governor's Comedy Clubs this weekend. Tonight here at Governor's in Levittown, the Uncle Louie Variety Show. Tomorrow afternoon, Maurice Bernard from General Hospital is here. And Vic DiBattista is here tomorrow night. Sunday Night Funnies on Sunday. The Little Room here at Governor's in Levittown. Stevie GB's Retirement Village People Christmas Special. I believe Les Deegan is a part of that. On Saturday, Mike Keegan and Friends with David Weiss and our own Steve Belanger. Steve is hosting that. The Brokerage this weekend in Belmore. DC Benny is playing this weekend. And tonight there's also an open mic hosted by John Ziegler. And, of course, McGuire's this weekend. Don't forget, Eric Haft is headlining tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
The big show. Eric Haft
Oh, my
headlining at
goodness.
McGuire's in Bohemia.
Oh, thank you.
I heard he's a nice guy.
What a guy.
Yeah.
What a guy.
And then tomorrow you have Jackie the Joke Man Martling headlining there, and Sunday Night Funnies on Sunday. Go to govs.com.
You
for
can't go
tickets
wrong.
And full schedule, everything you need to know right there. at
Take a
Governor's.
break from Christmas shopping. Take a little break. Just a little
Did you guys do crazy stuff?
Little
Do you,
break.
like, did you do the what is it? The Friday thing. I mean, did anybody go Black Friday?
Oh, no.
No, I tried it
Crazy.
1 year,
No.
and it wasn't worth it, and I would never do it again.
I did it once.
It's sit home, relax with your family
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
I feel bad for these people. Like, we're opening up at 6 o'clock on Black Friday.
Terrible.
No, it's not Black Friday. It's fucking Thursday, and these people have to probably leave their homes at 4 o'clock because they
Yeah.
probably got to be there an hour early.
We suck.
It's
we
terrible.
Suck is like
No, man, it's terrible. I hate
Some of these companies do it right. I think Costco doesn't open right.
it. Yeah, there's some that stay
Yeah.
closed.
I got a problem with all of it.
Fucking
man. Shouldn't
Walmart.
open
Come
Friday either.
on.
One year I did it, and I wanted to get, I forget what I wanted.
Shouldn't be open Sunday.
A mixer, like a really good mixer. And I went to and it was really on sale at Walmart. So I got up at like 4 a.m. I'll never do this again. It was unreal. So I get up in the morning, and the line in the parking lot, like, it's crazy. I'm like, really? I was late? And then it turns out that the mixer, there were only like 7 of them at that price.
Right.
So it was
That's
like
the
a
deal,
complete
yeah.
waste of time. And the only thing that kind of worked out for me that day is my kids were like little, like they were like, like elementary school kids where there's a party, like a second grade party every week for someone that you have to go. So I saw this entire stack it was like before we all had computers, because I think, my older kid is 19, so it was that long ago. And it was this kid computer thing that was great. Like, it would have been $100 to buy.
Right.
And it was on sale for like $20, which
Right.
is really what you get
Right.
like a gift for like your second grade kid's friend,
Right.
So I just bought like an entire stack of this. And like every time there was a party, I was like,
Yeah.
They all
3
got,
years
like,
later,
$100.
you're like, I already got this from your mom.
No.
Like, is she regifting all of this?
I got like enough for the year, and
Sally
then
didn't say her kids got beat up for a couple of years because, like, did you tell your stupid mom to stop buying me the same?
I don't want that computer.
You gotta get good deals. I got a shirt yesterday. These Robert Graham.
Yeah.
These fancy schmancy.
Oh, yes.
They're like
Neat.
ridiculous. Was it $200 for
Yeah,
a
for a
shirt?
shirt.
For
Right.
one shirt, right? $40. It
Not
was
bad.
like on that
Wow.
discount
good.
rack.
Well, that's why I go
and
shopping with Chris
40%
Thomas.
off the lowest price. I'm like, okay, it's Robert Graham, right?
That's right. That's why I go shopping with
fit.
Chris Thomas.
So that was it.
Chris
With
Thomas
him.
is my personal
Oh,
shopper.
really? I was going to say, go with Rich Walker. He has coupons from 1973 he's still using.
She sends me links all the time to these super, super ridiculous deals that I try to find on my own and I can't find them.
Oh,
and it's like, $120 sweater, $10. I'm like, all right, great.
Yeah.
Done.
It's nice getting a good deal.
Yeah.
Gina Conjemi Coffin, one of our sponsors. Did you hear what her UPS guy? I saw this in the news. Her
Yes.
UPS guy was arrested for stealing people's packages.
Yes.
Kidding me?
Yeah.
Yes.
How crazy is that? You can't trust anybody.
No, not.
Yeah.
They're not supposed
Awful.
to take the.
No,
them,
they're
or-
supposed to leave.
Oh.
He's
Yeah, they
doing the
take them, but
opposite.
they take them to somebody's house and then they drop them off.
Right, but he was doing the opposite.
These guys are just so pissed off that they got to do this job.
Right.
They had such an easy gig, and then Amazon showed, oh, fuck, I got to work.
Right.
Ugh, really?
Especially this
Now
time
they're
of
All
doing
these
year.
that.
packages, please,
But they worked their butts off before, too, because I never saw a UPS guy go slow. They used to time these guys.
FedEx.
yeah.
I'm just talking about
Yeah.
all of these guys, not just UPS. It's just you got trucks coming out of
Yeah, now
nowhere.
it's
Amazon
constant.
trucks.
Oh,
and-
they used to be a hard job to get. You'd be on parole for
Yeah.
the first 3 months, and
And they would time you. They time
yeah.
you and I'm like,
yeah.
what if you get into a traffic jam? They're like,
Yep.
yeah, it's crazy. So now I don't know if they can get enough people right now. It's just so
because of Amazon.
it's
Yeah.
amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, Walmart, Amazon, all these places. Apple.
So he made a little extra money for the holidays. Do we really want to blame him?
All I know is my
Yes.
daughter has more crap showing up every single day. I got packages stacked up outside.
Her
I'm not.
kid's the
I
same
didn't
way.
order
Yeah.
any of this stuff.
Nope.
Yep.
And she
Every
better
day.
not have my. I don't know how she's paid for it. She's got a job.
She's
I
got
mean,
a debit
all the
card.
money is
Well,
literally
she have a
paid.
good job.
How old is your daughter?
She's getting presents for
She's-
you.
you
You should
know,
like be all
bullshit.
nice right now.
Yeah,
Look
right.
at 'em all
Christmas.
stacked up.
Lancome. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
Oh.
Maybe. All right. Maybe
Does
that
the
one
box
was
say
me.
just for men on it?
Clinique. Yeah.
we heard your morning routine.
You know what? I am such a
There's some
woman. I
Lancome.
really am. I am so feminine. No, I get my wife freaking ordered me years ago some Birchbox. You ever hear Birchbox?
No.
Yes.
Birchbox, these little boxes that come to your doorstep. I
Made
swear
of
to God,
birch.
she goes.
Yeah.
You dial in I got to write a bit about this because it's your wife dials in all your stats like shirt size, underwear size,
nice, yeah.
shoe size.
Oh, I know.
And they send you crap.
Right, they send you like your whole outfit. Yeah.
Well, not clothes, not the clothes.
Oh.
It's like all the. But what it really is they're like sample sizes of all the. But what they're hoping you do is you try the sample
And you buy
the
it.
regular
Right.
size.
Okay.
Right.
Then they give you like a gift. You get like one good thing and a bunch of crap to
Yeah.
go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A face cream. There's like this
I
much
thought it
of
would
it.
be
and you're like,
clothes, because that would be awesome. if
occasionally you get
sent
like
in your-
a piece of clothing, right?
Okay, okay.
You know, I think it was Tommy John
Now,
underwear.
what does
was like-
Birchbox cost? Is it?
It's expensive. So she bought it one year, and then you know what happens. You forget to stop
To
the
stop
renewal.
it. No.
And
Yeah.
now she's like, you got to stop these boxes. I'm like, you ordered this shit.
Right.
Right.
I
You
didn't
stopped
order
the
it.
boxes.
So now I'm getting these boxes, and they're stacked up. I
Right.
mean, I'm not joking.
Yeah.
I got stuff from when it first started, and I haven't used any of it. So there's my Birchbox commercial.
Yeah.
Do
Wow.
not go and buy
Don't-
this.
don't do
It's
Birchbox.
unbelievable how much crap you get.
Anthony DiDomenico was watching.
Hey, Anthony, what's up? So, back to the smoker. Have you ever had
Back to the smoke.
back to the
Let's
smoker?
get back-
enough time on that.
Back to food. I don't care about face cream. Back to food. I just wanted to. Did you ever mess up so bad, like you put like a wrong wood underneath, and you're like, "Oh, that didn't go so well."
The worst thing I think I've ever done
Yeah.
is fallen asleep, and I set timers every 2 hours to wake up.
Okay.
And I remember I had to have a piece of it was a big piece of brisket, and I fell asleep, and the alarm I forgot to.
Oh, you should have answered that.
Yeah, that was Walker, right? Yeah. I forgot to wake up, and now it's all 4 hours I lost on the smoke,
Oh.
and the smoker got cold. I had to restart the whole thing, and it was supposed to be done for dinner. And
So
I
you,
was
yeah,
like,
you have to restart from,
so now
right from the beginning?
Yeah, now I had like a little burning embers, but it was essentially cold.
Oh, okay.
So I had to start kind of over again, and instead of being done and eating around on a Sunday at 6, we were eating at like 8. I rushed it. I then I raised the temperature instead of 250.
Yeah, like at that
270.
point, why don't you just put it on your regular grill and just cook it?
Why don't you shut the fuck up? What the fuck's asking you? All of a sudden, she's got something to say.
I got a feeling
Hey, yeah,
everyone
why don't you
suggested
stick
that
a
to
hot
you that
bunker in
night.
your ass? I don't know. The fuck.
I bet you 7 people asked you that same question that night.
Hey, you know what you should do? Hey, you know what you should do? Stay out of my business. Get me involved. When you want to learn how to smoke, you take my course. It's $3.99.
$3.99.
We do it over at George's place.
I think we just talked Tony out of getting a smoker because he's like, I'm not getting up every 2 hours. Shit's a
Yeah,
pain in the
to-
neck.
Trust me,
play with
if
the
you don't
embers.
if you don't love making food and eating food,
Yeah.
you're not gonna do it. You'll do
Yeah.
it once, and you'll be like, I'm not doing that
And I'll
again.
sit there in the yard.
Tony's like, somebody with a smoker, please invite me over.
Yeah, twice a year we just
So
want to
many
come over and eat.
people love to eat it, but it's like it's a pain in the ass. You know,
Yeah.
I do it because it is fun. Like,
It's like a
feeding a bunch of
cheesecake.
people.
Have you ever made a cheesecake?
Well, I'm sorry. Were you still talking? We're in the middle of this. You had to switch it to cheesecake
Yeah.
because it's something you knew. It's something you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
You don't like the smoking talk. It's bad for your lungs.
Well,
You're
she's
one of those
okay.
advocates.
Well, I'm a
she's a
vegetarian, so I put
Are
up
you?
with enough of
Yes.
this.
Oh, no wonder why. See?
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Let's
cheesecake.
let's talk about smoking a zucchini.
No, talk to me about cheesecake. I like cheesecake.
When you make
You
a
smoke it?
cheesecake,
Cheesecake?
like I made it like twice, and I'll never do it again. But it's great, and it comes out really good. But you have to like everything has to be like the
How long is this
eggs-
going to take? I'm joking. I'm sorry.
35
I'm
seconds.
joking. All right, we got to get some comedy in there. I'm sorry.
Like the like eggs have to be room temperature.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything has to be done in this
The right way.
crazy way. Yeah, but it takes forever. Like the oven has to be a certain temperature, and you can't open it up again. And once it
Right.
stops, you have to leave it and not open the door. And it's like
It
all
is,
these like
yeah.
rules. And the cream cheese has to be certain temperature
Sallie
before you
hates
even
rules.
start. I hate rules.
Baking's a science.
I don't like
right?
baking for that reason.
Oh.
I like to throw everything like all in.
So you're a vegetarian?
Yes.
No,
Not a vegan.
I eat, well, no.
Oh
I-
wait, do you do fish?
yeah,
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
a
so she's
pescatarian. So
pescatarian.
yeah,
Pescatarian.
yeah.
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
just throw.
Can
like,
you
everything.
Can you smoke a fish?
Yes,
Yeah, right.
yeah,
Why not?
yep.
Like
Smoke
salmon
fish.
Yeah,
and
I mean,
stuff?
like people like all those those Norwegian things like lox is a smoked fish.
Smoked. Smoked the
Right.
legs.
Yeah, so you got lox. They do whitefish is smoked.
Yep.
But that's a cold smoke, I think. They do
Yeah,
it
like
cold.
smoked salmon is gross. It's like cold and slimy.
Really?
Yeah.
No, if you make it right, it's good.
Yeah.
Like if you smoke it all the way through.
Where you get it like at the deli and it's like thinly sliced. Is that?
No, that's
make-
lox.
That's
honey.
lox.
Is that
That's
lox?
lox.
Yeah, I don't really like that.
No, I'm not a big lox fan either.
Lox is,
Yeah.
I don't
you
like
know.
lox.
It's like, ooh.
No, that's different.
But I love salmon. I love cooked salmon.
Can you smoke vegetables?
You could. I don't. I mean,
You don't see the point.
You're like, why bother?
I don't know. I've smoked a lot of things, but
Smoked broccoli.
Try some zucchini next time.
no.
Try smoked
I
zucchini.
don't like
You
zucchini.
could, yeah, I guess you could. Why
Yeah,
not?
why not?
I think it's too much smoke after a while. Like even
What's
myself.
the big thing? Like I don't
brisket?
know.
You
No,
got
I'm
brisket.
talking about like the vegetable.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah, zucchini or squash of some kind.
squash.
I bet you like one of those like large mushrooms would be really good.
This portion of the show brought to you by Yellow Top Farms. Yellow Top's been in business for 117 years, located on Smithtown Bypass.
Yellow top.
Well, all right, so
Actually,
what-
they're not even there anymore.
how much with the comedy you've been? You travel all over the
Yeah,
country?
I go
or-
north to south. I'm seafood, and then I'll be on the North Shore of Oyster Bay.
Yeah,
I
where
don't
do you
know.
travel? Do you
Yeah,
get on a
I was
plane?
I did Rhode Island a couple of weeks ago. I was there for a weekend. That was fun. In Newport area, that was
Okay.
cool with Joe Starr and some local guy was hosting. Pennsylvania, do a decent amount of Pennsylvania. I would say tri-state. I mean, as much
Mostly.
Jersey, you do Connecticut.
Connecticut.
you know,
And the audiences
yeah.
are different, like Pennsylvania compared to here or Jersey. It's a big,
Excuse me.
big
Yeah.
difference, right?
Yeah, it could be. It could
Connecticut,
be.
they're like, ha.
No, I have to say though, funny is funny, but most comics will tell you like I think the audiences definitely don't not necessarily as highbrow all the time. Some of the material can go over their heads, but funny's funny. Guys are. I think that it's relatability is what comedy is really about. The longer you do it, you realize like if you see people in the audience doing this.
Yeah.
Then
Like we're doing
you're
now.
kind of all right. Maybe we got maybe we're
you got
onto
something
something.
going on here.
When I talk about my kids, it's like
Yep.
they're all doing that because it's like ugh, that's my daughter, and people come up to you, that's my son, and you have one of those too, and I mean all of our kids are screwed up, but it's
all our
like
fault, too.
You get to say that as a comic, you get to say stuff and. You're allowed to make fun of your kids. In public, we try and
Yeah.
make them out to be so, oh, they're great. Yeah, they're doing so great. Bullshit. They're not doing that great.
Yeah.
they're
I
doing
remember
okay.
that with like Louis C.K. Like the first time I saw him, and he had that skit about my daughter. She's an asshole.
Yeah.
It was this whole entire thing about his like little 3-year-old.
Yeah, like Mark Hirschman, I remember he goes, all these parents with their bumper stickers, my kid's on the
Yeah.
honor roll, my kid's this. He goes, here's my bumper sticker. My kid is barely getting by at the Sylvan Learning Center. I love that joke.
Yeah.
It's just
Sylvan Learning
like so specific. But like that's just like people like, okay, this guy's being, like let's be real about our kids, our wife,
Yeah. Yeah, because then it is relatable, real life.
So, but yeah, we get to do that. Comics get to talk about stuff that other people can't, maybe, or won't. So, and the more honest you are, like the guys that are the best to me are the ones that are so real. Mm-hmm. And I wish I could be.
Right.
There are just some comics out there that are so freaking real.
That's
and
why I used to
good.
think about Cosby. I mean, that one movie himself. I mean, it was so.
Oh, himself was.
It's so obvious and simple, but genius at the same time, and so relatable. I mean, everybody just identified with everything he was saying. Just a classic.
Those are the best guys, and when you watch them and you go, damn, how come I can't be? I need to be that good, But it takes time. You got to get your. You have to really just trust yourself and have some balls, and it takes a long time. It takes a long time to get that voice. That's why I say I have too much respect for the guys that are doing it 20 years. They, and they get up there and they're just not afraid. You watch a guy like, Keith Anthony, and he goes up on stage and it's not that he doesn't care about what he's saying. He cares passionately about what he's saying, but he's not afraid. He doesn't care if you laugh necessarily.
Right.
Because he has to say what he wants to say.
Yeah, I guess you can't.
It's an art. It's like you're going to sit next to Picasso going, you might want to,
Right.
change that. No, you're not going to say that. You're just going to.
And it's funny that you said, because we used to do the same thing in our murder mysteries. We would get so hung up on whether they're laughing or not. And actually, because we were doing it, I've been doing it for 25 years, and Sallie just became our stage manager, 4 or 5 years ago. And she pointed out, you don't, just because they're not laughing doesn't mean, just because they're not, doesn't mean they're not enjoying it. So you just have to
Yeah,
trust that
like
they
I'm
still
an
enjoy it.
introvert, and so like I'll laugh on the inside a lot, and I'll have like so much. I'll think it's just as amazing as the guy that's like like you can't look at it that way.
Some
But-
people, I did a show last night for 40 people in a back room of an Italian restaurant. People didn't even know there was going to be a comedy show.
Right.
Right.
There's nothing worse for a
Yes.
comic than walking into a situation
They're
like
like,
that.
"Hey, what are you
because
doing
they're like,
here?"
hey, what's he doing? Why is he interrupting our fun?
Right.
Nobody told them, and
Right.
and now there's
I
like
hate
3
that.
people that know about it. Oh yeah, he's going to do some kind of thing.
Right.
And now
Gonna make
you're
with the
digging out of
joke.
that hole, and then they start
That's
serving,
cute what he's doing. That's cute.
There's so many things. Comedy is definitely. I think it's one of the hardest things in the world because there's so much going against you.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
why I always say come to a comedy club because it's set up the way comedy should be done.
Yeah, everyone walks in the door knowing exactly what they want from
You're
that
seated the
night.
right way. The lighting is great. You got a stage. The sound is good.
Well, yeah, even Carrie, did you see that? She posted just today. She was
Yeah,
posting how
we
she
were
did
talking
it.
about that earlier while you were working on the other show.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was yeah.
She, what, 4 people, was it? She
Well,
did?
it was. I think.
I mean,
she
it
was-
looked
But-
like 10 or something.
yeah, but
still.
she was. Yeah, she's like, oh boy. But
What
where
happened?
was that anyway? Do we even know?
I don't know.
Looked like some hip joint in Brooklyn or some nonsense like that.
Yeah, but you were here last night. I mean, it was packed,
Right.
and like that's an example of an audience that was just killer audience.
Right.
They were here to have
Fun.
and that's what you want.
And that is the case, I think, with at least with Governor Street clubs, right? I mean, I don't. You probably never get a bad audience in any of these 3 clubs, right? I mean, I'm sure you get like
Never. I mean, I'm sure. Look, some are better than others,
Right,
but
but
for the
never
most part,
dead.
you're gonna always have fun.
Right,
You're always
right.
gonna have fun. It's just who cares if there are 10 people in the audience that want to laugh,
Right.
then go for it.
Right.
Oh
right.
yeah, we did.
Do it.
We did a murder mystery once for 16 people. We had a blast.
Yeah.
It's
They hired
just-
us and
it
we
happens.
walked in and were like, okay.
Those sometimes turn out to be your best shows.
They were.
Right.
They were very
Yeah, that was a
memorable.
great
They
time.
hired us 3 more times, I think. Oh,
That's right. Yes.
2 more times.
2 more times. Yeah.
2 more times after that.
The only time I ever saw like a bad show in one of these places was not a bad show, but it was this one table, and it was an engagement party or something with just like I don't know, it was like 20 women, and they just clearly should have gone somewhere else and done something else
Yeah.
because they just wanted to talk with each other, and so I felt bad for the people on stage because you kept hearing. Psh, 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 psh,
Well, women in general are
Yeah.
yappy, so.
Let's have 20 of them.
Women in comedy don't go together.
Hey, broads, what are you doing here?
Yeah, there was a comic from New York City. Danny Cohen posted something last night. He's a great comic, and he was at Broadway Comedy, I think, or one of these places in the city. And there were a table of women, just talking, literally having a loud
Yeah.
conversation during his set, and he addressed it, and they got mad at him. So
Right.
how do you win? How could you
Right.
win? And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just that's what makes a show bad.
Yeah.
Luckily, like I know Governors does it. I think most of them should. Like, kick the people out.
Yeah, right.
If they get out of hand, either you tell them to stop. If they don't stop, get the hell out. Why ruin it for everybody else?
Absolutely.
Right.
But that's the that could
Extreme.
be a little enemy of guy on stage. It suck.
And I guess one of the benefits to getting, being in comedy now for 10 years, one of the benefits is developing.
You realize that's nothing. 10 years is nothing.
Yeah,
But it's still-
it's
still
great for
something,
yeah. I'm excited. It's nice
Yeah.
to say it, but
Right.
no. Yes, I'm sorry. What are you gonna?
No, it's fine. But you've also, I would think, a good part of it is developing the relationships. Carrie, Rich Walker. I mean, you've done a
I've
lot
been
of work
very
with
lucky.
Rich Walker. You've
I've
done the
been
Who's On
very
First.
lucky.
I saw that Funny Fellas video.
Oh yeah, that was
and
Rob
Santo.
Sivadanis.
Right, right.
He produced that. Yeah,
Oh, I saw that.
I've taken
Yeah, you
acting
get-
classes.
Yeah, he's the guy that
for-
gets the pie in the face.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Taken acting classes probably for the last 6-7 years at Gateway Playhouse.
Oh, nice.
Great teachers out there. Like if
Yeah.
anybody's like lives out there, it's a great. Michael Baker is like he's an amazing teacher. So you learn to do it all.
Right.
But the relationships, Carrie's helped me tremendously. Tells me all this time how much I suck, which is always nice. You suck, Haft.
Well, yeah, you mentioned
Rich Walker,
Right.
Peter Bales, Steve
Yes.
Lazar. Those guys got me started. But I've been fortunate. Keith Anthony's helped me a tremendous amount. We've become close friends over the years. And when you're a young comic, you revere these people. And Joe Starr, Joey Cole. I mean, these guys are humble for how good they are. They're
Yeah.
pretty humble. I mean, you get to
Yeah.
talk to guys, and they're like, they're nice about it. They're not idiots. They really care about comedy.
It's funny, and it's funny though. You say it's always the same names too that come up as who the nicest, most helpful people.
Yeah,
it's always those.
The
Everybody
ego,
mentions.
maybe they have an ego, but like with other comics, they want to help you. I think
Yeah, they're really helpful, and they make it look so easy.
Rich Walker just tuned in. There he is.
It's about time.
Hello, Rich.
That's why he didn't take.
Just
your call.
woke up. You know that. You ever call Rich? It's like 1:00 in the afternoon. Hello. I'm just getting up. Oh, I gotta go to Costco. No, I'm gonna go to Costco. I gotta get there. I gotta get to Costco.
unless he's performing here for a camp during the summer.
Yes.
That's a tough gig, man.
Yeah, I've done those shows.
Yeah.
Camp
kids,
shows.
yeah.
Yeah, you got to act like a total idiot for those kids.
Yeah, we're
you
good
got to
at
do
that.
anything and everything to just,
Keep them entertained.
yeah.
Just shut them up.
Even scream at them to get off the stage.
The relationships are everything, though. In this business, you got to meet. You got to meet everybody.
Well, we got to tell them the story now.
Yeah, what is it?
So we're at the camp. We're at a camp show. We're doing the
Here?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
doing the
Okay.
camp show. We're doing the game show. We have we actually have a physical game show terminal with lights and buzzers and microphones and
Oh, you're right. It was the game show. Yeah.
right. So we did the game show, and we're cleaning up now.
Well, no, you got to preface it. There was
What?
this one kid.
Yeah, he was a little prick.
He was. I mean, he was. I think these were 12-year-old kids, and you asked whatever the question was.
Right.
How big is a Mack truck? Whatever the question is, and this kid yelled out something about his penis. I mean, this kid was rough.
Wow.
Right. So we clean up, whatever, and for whatever reason, Tony only has one leg too, but I don't know if you know that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Tony
Really?
only has one leg.
Holy
So,
shit.
and I'm very sensitive to that. So,
Trips him all the time. Like he'll actually trip him.
Really?
Yeah.
yeah, fuck him. You got to treat him like everybody else, right? They want to be all these,
That's crazy.
He also begs me for putting my stump in his ass.
Get out of here. So I had him by the little door that goes on stage. I go, Tony, you gotta peek out there, see what's going. For some reason, I was trying to get you to peek out there.
I totally fell for it.
So and he totally fell for it. And I went boom, and I
Oh,
shoved
God.
him. Right.
Oh, you
So
idiot.
He flies out on the stage. He keeps his balance, and the little prick was laying on the stage.
Oh God.
But he fell over to the point where he's trying to keep his balance almost face to face
Yeah.
with this
He didn't
kid.
know he was there.
Tony goes, "Get off the stage!"
Like the kid thought he jumped out just to get him.
Oh God. Wow. That's crazy.
So I pushed Tony.
You're live on the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show. We're here with Eric Haft. Who's this?
Hello, Eric. Hello, Tony. Hello, Sallie.
Oh, hey, Dennis, how are you, buddy?
Not bad, man. Not bad at all.
Say hi to our guest, Eric Haft.
How are you, sir?
Hello, Eric. How you doing?
Doing well. Dennis, Dennis who?
Dennis Murphy. What are your plans for the weekend, Dennis?
Just chilling out at the house right now. Watch some TV and maybe watch the football.
Yeah, what's going on in the
Yeah.
background there, Dennis?
Are you
what
in
are
the
you doing?
car?
Yeah, I'm in the car. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fine.
where you
going? Sorry.
I'm headed to the shelter.
ShopRite?
No, time out.
All right, you're going to have to call us back later. We can't hear you, Dennis.
Michelle is blasting that music in the background.
I said get on the shelter.
A homeless
Oh,
shelter.
shelter. Okay.
Oh, shelter.
No, get on the shelter.
We can't really hear you, Dennis.
Yeah, Dennis, you're going to have to call us back another time. We can't really hear you.
Talk to you later.
The drums in the
All right.
background.
All right, buddy, take care.
Bye, Dennis.
All right, bye-bye.
you.
Have a good
Sorry,
weekend.
buddy.
Yeah, we couldn't hear him.
I
But
had no
Dennis
idea.
is a regular listener and
It
caller.
did sound like you said shelter.
He did. It did sound like he said some kind of shelter. I thought you said ShopRite at first. It's something
Yeah,
with
me
a
too.
sh.
I thought it was ShopRite.
Dennis, you can type in where you
Ladies
are.
and gentlemen, we're going to take a brief break and just trying to figure out what Dennis is saying. You know, it was either ShopRite or a
Shelter
or a shelter.
What do you think
He
it
might be
is?
getting a dog. We'll be right back. Just give us a
Sheltie.
second.
If anybody
We'll
can
figure
tell
this
us what he
gonna
said, you
get
can
the
get
guy
a
in
free
there.
a free pass
free
to
pass.
Governors.
The Governor's Comedy Clubs.
So,
But,
yes.
Yeah, Dennis is a regular caller, and he likes.
Now,
to-
why do you only have one leg? What happened? Am I allowed to ask? Is that
Oh, yeah, of course you
What
are.
happened?
It was a shark.
No.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. It was
He's
Don't
lying.
listen to her.
She's
She's
shaking her head.
I'm not doing
Well,
it.
she wasn't there.
I'm not doing it.
She wasn't there.
Why do you got to ruin it?
Because
It's a much better
Oh,
story.
man. All right. So you told me you have one leg. That's all.
It was cancer.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
It's not.
And thank
not-
God you're good.
Not as funny as a shark.
yeah.
No.
Long time
Right,
ago,
it's a
too,
much
so.
bigger
I know,
shark.
would
is a
you
better
stop
Cancer.
reading our stories, Sallie?
Cancer sucks, though.
No.
Ugh.
that all started because one day they're like, "Oh, how did you lose your leg?" I'm like, "A shark attack," and Tony was like, I'm like, and he just rolled with it
That's
with me.
great.
And we're like, yeah, look it up. It's the first recorded hammerhead shark attack off the coast of Long Island. They're like, really? I go, yeah, you could Google it. And he's like, absolutely, yeah. And they're like, how did you say? And he's like, oh no, just got me on shore and the tourniquet, the whole thing. We had them going,
Wow.
and we would die pissing
That's
ourselves.
a
laughing.
more exciting story.
It is more
Exactly.
exciting. And she's like,
It's
no,
lying.
I'm not. It's lying, and I don't
lying.
like it.
It's mean
lying.
spirited.
So-
Don't
Don't
talk
be
about
mean to Eric
depressing
Half.
stuff like cancer on the show every
Yeah.
It's bad form.
It's a carcinoma.
Bad form. Well, of course it's bad form. It's one leg. I can't balance. It's bad form.
Hey, I know a drummer. We were talking about drums.
I'm related to him.
No, he's got
all
one-
us amputees were related.
He's only got one arm.
No,
that Rick Allen.
No, that's Rick Allen.
Oh, sorry.
He
A
plays
one-legged drummer, really?
Yeah.
How does he play the
I
bass and the
he used to
hi-hat?
play in a band when I was playing in. We used to work for Omnipop. Remember?
Oh
Omnipop?
yeah,
That's still
Our
around.
band, yeah, of
they're
course.
still around.
Omnipop used to
Jackie's
book.
girlfriend.
Oh, Barbara.
He used to book our band back in the day, and the drummer, this guy Bob, I won't say his last name because I don't know. He may not want to. But
Feldstein.
yeah, he was. It was like a famous story. He went to. There was a fire in an old guy's house. He went to help the guy, and there
Oh,
was
wow.
a bomb set. Turns out the guy was an ex-Nazi or something. He didn't know it. The guy went to get the guy out of the house, and at the front door, they set his house on fire so that when he walked out, he would get blown up. Well, Bob got blown up and lost his leg.
Holy
Awful.
moly!
Yeah.
It's an awful story.
Who set the bomb? Nazi hunters?
Marty Silverstein. No, I don't know. I don't know who
Butts.
They found out that he was a
Yeah, the guy.
Nazi.
Somebody
Where was
found
this?
out he was like he was like part
Was
of the
this
Nazi.
on Long Island or
old
where?
guy, and they were trying to kill him. Somebody tried to kill him.
And this
for
was
being
on
a
Long
Nazi.
Island?
Yeah, in Central Islip, I think. Or
We got to get Bob in here.
it's an interesting story.
Yeah.
really. Yeah. If anybody knows Bob, I'm
how
afraid
old-
to say his last name.
No, you don't have to say it, but
How
if you
old
ever talk
was
to him,
this?
ask him if he likes
Tell
It was a
us
long
afterwards.
time ago. It was probably 20 years ago or more, maybe more.
Really? I never.
Interesting story.
All
Yeah.
right, so he lost his leg. So and
He's
but
a drummer, and then
yeah.
he went back and he figured out, he got a prosthetic,
Prosthetic.
and he kept playing.
So
somehow.
he's able to hit the pedals with the prosthetic.
I can't remember if it's his. Well, I think he went to maybe like one of these electronic kits, or at least the bass drum became. I can't remember how he. I don't even know if he still plays. But
All for
yeah.
helping out a neighbor.
Yeah.
So this is why you don't
It
help.
wasn't
your
even a
neighbors.
neighbor. I think he was walking down the street and he sees smoke billowing out and he's banging on the door. And I think when he opened the door, it was like lodged in the door.
Awful.
And boom, blew his leg
Oh, so
up.
it's not like he was carrying the old
No,
guy out.
no.
Did the old
I
guy
think the
die?
no, he got
The
out.
old guy
He
was
got
supposed to
out.
walk out and be bombed.
Right,
He didn't,
correct.
so he came in and was bombed.
Son of a.
We're going to get to the bottom of this story
Yeah.
in just a minute. We'll be back. We're still looking into the shelter.
We got to give this story to Belanger for Long Island Explained.
Right.
Even though that's not on Goes Radio.
Yeah.
If you look it up,
Stupid
honestly, yeah, the guy's. I think his name. I could say his name. What the hell? It's
okay.
in
You didn't
it.
say anything
I
bad
think his
about
name
him.
was Bob Ziegler or Ziegler. Yeah,
John Ziegler? John
Bob,
Ziegler's brother?
Yeah. No, yeah, he was a drummer for a band called Rosanna back in the day. He might be listening right now. No, but yeah, it's a crazy story.
Wow.
Look it up. Look it
I
up.
am.
I'm telling you, it's a crazy story.
So it was a Jewish guy helping a Jew.
I don't know if it was Jewish. I mean,
Ziegler
I don't
sounds
think
Jewish.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
Ziegler
I think he was
is-
German. I think he was
Oh.
German. Not religiously. I don't think he was a Jew.
Okay.
His name sounds like it, but I
Yeah.
think it was either Ziegler or Ziegler.
Okay.
But
Wow.
yeah, it was back a
Son
long
of a
time ago.
bitch.
It could have been like late '80s, early '90s.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, all for helping an old man.
So
an old Nazi.
look, Eric Half just doesn't do the comedy; he does the tragedy as well. Comedy and tragedy, Jerry Lewis said, comedy and tragedy are really the same.
Yeah.
It's a fine line.
It's right there, baby, right there, the same.
So you're going to see Eric Half tonight. No bomb stories at McGuire's
you
in
can get
Bohemia. Right.
Yes, Bohemia. It's me. I think Anthony DiDomenico is on the show. I believe that's
Okay.
why, maybe. I think Anthony and Mary Capone, as far as I know, and
Okay.
possibly some surprise guests,
Some special guests.
Yeah, you never know who shows up.
Carrie Carell.
And you don't, right? You just go there and like whoever's like lined up.
Right. Yeah. Hopefully some.
A lot of comics like that. I'm like, oh, who's opening for you? They're like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
I think there's the
I don't-
majority-
I always know.
yeah,
I
the
just
ma-
knew because I saw Mary last night, so I know she's on it. but,
Yeah, it's not like
I
they're.
like Mary. She's funny.
It's not like they don't try to find out or something. They're not. In
It's
the
going to be
know.
fun. We always have fun, regardless. you know.
Right.
Always
And I
great.
like McGuire's.
Great club.
Yep.
It's just it's a perfect room. It's sound is great and stage is fun. Yeah, they're all good, man. It's a comedy. We get. Did you find the story or no?
I can't find the story.
Really?
So
No, I think that was him, right? That Robert Ziegler?
Yes, Robert Ziegler
Yeah.
or Ziegler.
There was a couple of
Maybe
videos
Ziegler.
about him, and then the next video was him
I
playing
think
drums.
it might be
so it's probably-
Ziglar or something like that. Or
Robert Ziegler Bombhouse.
yeah, it's
That's
like-
what I would Google.
Yeah, no, it's like Nazi thing. Something.
I can't
weird.
believe there was a Nazi on Long Island.
Oh, come on.
No, for real. Like a real life.
Yeah, there's I don't know. There's a whole bunch. There was a whole area. What is that? What's that? There's
Hicksville.
a town out east. No, there is. That was Germantown. What was it?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I know what you're
that
talking
name.
about. Yes. Out east.
Yeah, man. So it's crazy.
Oh, not Mattatuck. Is it not Matt?
No.
It's
no.
Oh, it's not
Yapank. Maybe
It's not-
Yapank.
Maybe it's not Cutchog. That's for sure. We know what
Levittown.
goes on in Cutchog.
Levittown.
What do you call a midget Nazi?
What?
Not so Heil Hitler.
Now, this, ladies and gentlemen, is where the comedy really comes from. The deep soul.
Ken did say earlier that yes, Knockem County has some serious shows, especially when Eric's not here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, he's
Yeah,
talking about,
you know?
he's talking about you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I take off like once or twice.
Do you?
A week.
And you still get paid?
No.
They still pay you.
That's right. Are you not here Monday?
Why am I not here Monday?
Isn't this your weekend?
You
of,
go away and you're
Possibly,
not here.
I
Monday.
think
you still don't even know.
Possibly. I think it's up to her, but I think we're coming home Sunday night.
Oh, really? Because we were going to not do the show that day.
Oh.
I thought you weren't going to come in. And then we were like, we're not doing it either.
The
'cause
more
we
I think
miss
of
you too much.
The more I think about it, I probably should have left at 12.
Well,
I mean, a lot has.
you know what they say.
It was a lot of fun. I mean, don't get me wrong.
You know what they say to leave on a high note, right? Yeah, they say to leave on a high note.
I feel like,
Wow,
slowly.
that was great.
So, Eric, what kind of shoes are you wearing? No, they look really comfortable.
All right, fine. Then tell us about Have to Laugh Productions.
No, I don't talk about that.
Have
No.
to Laugh. Why not?
Because I don't do that. I really don't. I
do you
don't
mean
talk
you don't do
about it.
that?
I don't really do that. I do. I'm a comedian. I just fucking do comedy.
So you don't produce shows then?
Oh yeah, occasionally. Yeah,
Have to
occasionally
Laugh
I do.
Productions.
Yeah, but I really don't.
That's
I
like a
don't.
side project.
I don't. I try. I when I first started comedy, I started a company because I had a hard time getting on stage.
Okay.
So I did. I started this thing, and I used to work at like promoting shows, but I just decided it's too much of a job. Like I don't want to have a
okay.
job. Comedy is my. I want to perform comedy.
a passion.
But at the beginning, you have to find stage time. So, yeah. So, I would book like country clubs. I would try and, a friend of mine had some connections in a country club. But honestly, I don't.
So how do you do it now? You just is it
people
word of
hire
mouth
me.
now?
Yeah,
It's word of mouth
thank
now?
God. I mean,
Wow,
like,
look at you.
Someday, you pray that you get some like an agent or something that
Yes.
does it for you. But
Yeah.
people just find out about you, and
Cruise ships.
hopefully-
No,
No,
you
my
allowed to do
lifestyle.
that?
I got kids, I'm married. It's not
Yeah.
like the money is so great.
Oh, that's not what I've heard. I've heard the money's
no,
really good
that's
on
not
cruise
true.
ships.
Yeah, maybe I'm wrong about that. I mean, but it's good money, but it's a rough lifestyle.
it's
Yeah,
rough.
you're
yeah.
away for a week or a
Weeks.
month at a time.
As it is, my life is pretty crazy. So, my kids already bitch and moan. So, and they're on the older side. Like
Right.
my youngest is 16. So,
Oh, and
it's
he
tough.
misses dad? He
It's
misses
tough.
you?
She.
Oh,
Yeah,
she.
yeah.
How many kids?
3.
All
Yeah.
girls, boys?
2 girls and a boy. Yeah, my son. Yeah. So look, it's I do as much as you can do, locally, and getting, obviously the clubs. I'm trying to be here every week. And
Have they seen you perform?
Yeah, my daughter brings all her friends because
No, that's cool.
I make fun of her in my act, so she loves
Yes.
it. She just
Nice.
comes down just so she can watch me. Her friends love it because it's all true. I mean, no bullshit. Like when you talk about this stuff,
Well,
it's an
when we-
exaggeration, but not that
right.
much.
When we saw you, was it her or her niece you actually called an asshole? Was that?
Oh yeah.
Is that a
She makes
niece?
fun of my hair. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But would
Yeah.
you say that if they were in the audience
Of
watching?
course.
Yeah.
She came to see me at McGuire's.
Yeah.
I was featuring there one weekend, and she came with my brother, and she was the one, that's because I said, a lot of people say I get Anderson Cooper with my hair. I said I get Steve Martin a lot, and I said, and my niece told me I look like a Q-tip. Fuck her, what a bitch, It's like, and then of course everybody after the show is like, hey, you do look like a Q-tip, like they always say, hey Anderson, everybody's like, you always get those guys that want to, tell you a joke.
Right.
You could use that. It's the famous line.
Oh,
You could
yeah.
use that.
You know what you should do?
Yeah.
You know what you should do?
Yeah.
All right.
Shave
All
your
the
balls. You ever try that? Shave your balls. Now we haven't talked about that, but
Shaving
let's
balls?
talk about that. I think
Shaving
that's a good
balls?
topic.
I like that.
We've covered pretty much everything else with you today.
No, is this your typical thing? Are we keeping it interesting? Because I can do other things.
We
Yeah,
bounce
no,
around.
this is great.
I have other talents.
It's a show with ADD. We bounce around. We do
Well,
everything.
yeah,
I don't
well,
wanna
I
screw
have
you
the
guys up.
ADD mostly.
I don't want to
bounce
screw
around.
it up.
No, you're not screwing
great.
anything up.
It can only be an improvement.
So this is radio, also on the radio.
Well, it's
Radio-
an internet radio.
Oh, okay, right.
We treat it like a radio station, but there's also live streaming and all the shows.
Great.
They can take their recordings and share them if they want to turn them into podcasts
Nice.
and whatnot. So it's a little
Right.
bit of both.
You can edit it. And
Yeah,
Right.
so it streams live on Facebook and YouTube, and then
Simultaneously.
That's great.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
And our
nice
website.
that you do this because it's look, people love to hear. They like to hear stories. They like to hear.
Yeah.
Watch comedians. Get inside, see what's going on, and you have some interesting people on here.
Oh, yeah, we've had. Absolutely.
But it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
Building the audience has got to be
Yes,
tough, right?
it's a lot of work.
But it's grown tremendously
That's
over
awesome.
the past year. It's grown tremendously because
Yeah.
we've become organized and we've become. So you're going from when we first started here, a few thousand views a month,
If that.
and now we're over 100,000.
Wow,
so we're
that's
getting,
great.
And we
It's-
have people in England watching us regularly.
Hello.
There's a
Yes.
guy Australia, even Russia. We have two guys in
Two people
in
from
Russia.
Russia.
Really?
Swear to God.
So you can be headlining in Russia.
I am
a lot of
actually
people in Canada.
I am 100%
Canada.
Russian. Believe that.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
my
yeah.
real now. So you know how you always have a cousin in the family. Now they have ancestry and all that.
Yeah.
I'm 100% albino. No, but no, so I knew I was Russian, but like they took it like all the way back. She did the whole
Right.
tree.
Yeah.
And it turns out like I have a famous. My real last name is Gaft with a G. Which is probably shortened from some other longer thing. And this guy, his name is Valentin Gaft. If you look him up on the internet,
Okay.
he's literally like the Robert Redford of
Really?
Russia.
Oh, wow.
Famous Russian actor, Valentin Gaft.
That's great.
I can see the Russian now. That when you face me, I
Yeah.
can see the Russian in you.
My
Yes.
nephew is
Yeah,
adopted
very cool.
from Russia, and his name's Matthew, but he was Vladimir Babushkin,
Yeah.
like on the adoption
Have
thing.
you tried to contact this man? I mean, you better do it soon. He's 84
No,
years
he's
old.
almost dead now. And it's funny because he kind of looks like some of my uncles, like the face.
Yeah.
He's only 84. Is that right?
That's what it says.
Yeah, he's like my father's cousin,
Why did you? Can we ask
Vladimir.
why you changed your name? Are you wanted by the law?
No. That's always been my name. But when
Right.
I guess when they came
Over
here,
the
they
years.
changed it.
I thought you changed it or something like a
Yeah,
stage
he's old.
name or
He's-
something.
But he's
Oh,
a
okay.
famous actor. And then my father's other cousin was Roberta Peters, who was a famous opera singer. So there's a lot of music in my family, a lot of music and
Nice.
arts stuff. Definitely a lot of my uncle's a drummer. He was a professional drummer. His
Phil
whole life.
Collins.
Yeah,
His
Do you
uncle Phil
kids-
Collins.
he's not looking so good
Are,
these
are your
days.
No, I
kids
heard.
like musically inclined at all?
My oldest daughter was amazing. I taught her how to play the drums when she was really young.
Right.
She got into the band, of course, and then got a solo in her first year, and then decided that it wasn't cool for a girl to play drums.
Yeah.
Like one of those.
Which
Couldn't be any,
right.
Oh,
she couldn't be.
Would have been super cool.
Valentine Gaft. I mean, the movies. Shet
Who can forget that one?
Yeah, I remember
Yoki
that.
3. Remember Yoki 3? The first two were so. Yoki 3 was
Yoki
great.
3
when
was
he
the
was-
best.
Sylvester Stallone.
Right.
This is a good one. Burnt by the Sun 2. Burnt by the Sun.
What the?
Violent people.
Like I said, he's really good.
Scott Cronin wants to know any wine jokes. I don't know if what that means. Any wine
Yeah,
jokes?
way back like an hour
Wine?
ago, Jeff Bosey asked for a particular joke of yours.
Really?
Yeah, I forget.
Yeah,
one?
Jeff.
It was a while ago.
Hold on, I'll find it.
A
Je-
joke of mine?
Yeah,
like
something
a
about a
street joke.
pharmacy.
Oh, that's too dirty.
Oh, it's too dirty.
Yeah.
Says
Too
who?
dirty. Abe Hannigan's one.
Are you saving?
I'm
it
a
for tonight?
squeaky clean comedian. I do squeaky clean shows, by the way. Like Rich Walker and I recently did there's a place called Samantha's Little Bit of Heaven. Have you heard of it?
Yes.
It's a Christian ministry and
in Huntington, right?
East Northport. Yeah, and
I have heard of it.
And we have to do we each do like 40 minutes of squeaky freaking.
Yes, you have to
clean.
be very,
It's
very clean.
Like you can't even say, "Oh my God," you
Yeah.
can't say.
Right.
It's hard.
Gosh darn it. 'Cause
Yeah,
they know what you're trying to say.
and you're sort of editing your
Cheese
act
and
as you're going
crackers.
along. Like, oh, that joke won't work. That kind of thing.
That's tough to do.
You can't even say
really
cheese and crackers.
cheese and crack, cheese and rice. No.
Right, you can't say it. Cheese and
Cheese and rice. I've never
Cheese
heard
and
that.
rice. Cheese and rice. Oh, cheese and rice.
Scott Cronin said Eric is a great drummer. So,
Oh well, thank you, Sky. I want to tell you, I went to high school with Sky. You were very like a good guy.
He's a good guy?
Equal guy.
he,
Apag High School.
he wants you to
Apag.
he wants you to play the drums.
Yes, please.
But we can't. There's
He
no.
doesn't have any here.
I
drums
don't
here.
have any.
You can tap on the desk.
I could. We could annoy everybody by tapping on the formica.
Make the camera shake.
Still
too.
play a lot, Scott. Still doing it.
Yeah,
I have 2 drum sets in my basement at all times. So
Nice.
ready to go, baby.
I've yet to. I've
in
yet to
case.
delve
Pearl-
into that.
Pearl and Ludwig.
No,
Uh,
that's my aunt and uncle.
Peart,
Pearl and Ludwig, the Gafts. No, I have Mapex is one of them.
Oh.
And the other one is
Yamaha.
Yamaha. Yeah, Yamaha. Yeah, you
right.
got it. Recording custom.
is it custom?
No, they just call them recording custom as the like the model number. Of it,
Oh,
you know.
oh.
Yeah, so still doing it, man.
I forgot my
Pretty
kid
cool.
was in band.
See?
He
He's not
did.
kidding.
He actually forgot.
How many kids?
2.
Did you say?
Like
Oh,
just the
okay,
other day,
right.
he's like, "Oh, you're in band?
I was like, totally. He goes, I got the band concert tomorrow. I go, oh, what? I totally forgot he was in band.
You doing that again this year?"
Sorry, but I've yet to take the leap into buying him a full set. So
Oh,
he's
you know
st-
another
he totally
drummer,
does
Eric Tartaglione, I think plays drums.
Oh, does he?
I didn't know
think
he did
yeah,
that.
well,
He
I
comes
don't
in
know
here
if
a
he
lot.
still plays, but I think he played.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of guys. I don't know, man. It's a weird thing with drummers.
very happy camper that Eric Tartaglione
Yes.
with the news of the Wilpon selling the
Selling?
Mets.
Oh, yeah.
He
Very
must
happy
be, yeah.
camper.
These Mets. Eric.
He's a major Met fan. Like,
Oh, yeah, he goes to
beyond-
spring training,
angry. He
uh,
gets so
yeah.
angry. He's a hardcore. He's like my brother. He's so hardcore. You know, Mets.
Maybe I'm
Not
gonna
spring training.
maybe I'll
He
go to
goes the
spring training
fantasy
with
camp.
Eric.
No, he
this
goes to
year.
the fantasy camp. That's what I meant.
That's what I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to fantasy camp with Eric this year.
Did he ask you to go with him?
No,
maybe
I'm
he
just
doesn't
gonna show
want
up.
you to go.
I'm just gonna show up and be like, "Hi, Eric. Remember me?"
And they'll be like,
you were on my
"Oh,
show like 4 or 5 times."
My name really isn't Eric. I just changed it because I met you.
He's so serious. Yeah, I can't. I like sports, but these guys are serious.
Yeah,
you know,
he's-
don't
yeah,
they
he's
they
hardcore.
take it like personally when they do. You know, the Wilpons have to go. You know, it's like a personal. Let's set a bomb in their doorway when they open it. No, that's what like these crazy Met fans do. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that on the air, but hey, no.
Hey.
Yeah, it was Eric. He said it. No,
that Gaft guy.
yeah, but. I'm not that hardcore sports. Some guys are really football.
Football. What-
I could do football.
What team?
I'm a Jet fan. God
sorry.
help me.
Sorry.
It's horrible. But
I'm a Giant
my
fan.
son is a hardcore. He's Steelers.
Steelers. How did he get Steelers?
I don't know. Some of my wife's family were Steeler
Okay,
fans.
fair enough.
There was something that I forgot what one of the players when he was very young, just like something he did, just like he just decided that day he was going to be like
Maybe
a Steelers guy.
Maybe Jerome Bettis or something.
I don't know. And
How old
I
is
think
he?
J.J. Watt is one of them.
No, J.J. Watt was on the
There's another Watt that's on.
What?
on the Steelers. Yeah, J.J.'s brother.
Yeah.
J.J.'s brother KK or whatever. I don't know what it is. No, he's got some similar
PJ,
name.
no,
GC Watt or something. Like, it's some weird name. It's definitely
Yeah,
the-
but he's like my son is like he knows every team's. He knows the stats of every.
How old is he?
His brain is insane.
How
It's
old is
just
he?
Like he just turned 20.
yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it's amazing too because my kid's the same way, and he's like, beep, beep, beep. And I just let him talk because he doesn't talk normally. But once he gets on sports and you're alone in the car with him, he'll start to ramble, and I'm like,
He doesn't
talk
talk normally.
He doesn't talk normally at all.
Yeah, he's.
No, he doesn't talk. You know what I mean? Shut your fucking pie hole. So he doesn't.
He doesn't normally talk a lot.
He doesn't
is what
normally
you're trying
talk
to
a
say.
lot.
Not
Thank
that he
you.
can't
There you
form
go.
sentences.
There you go. But he'll talk about that. So I said, why don't you go to college and be a business, a sports business major? You can be an agent or a GM or something like that. He's like, yeah, good idea. But then this guy, I would trade this guy. But okay. And then finally, I'm like, God, go back to not talking,
Yeah.
please.
Shut up.
Shut up. So yeah, this weekend I'm going to see the Patriots.
Are you?
I'm leaving
Oh, boy.
Saturday. I was supposed to leave tonight, but we're leaving Saturday now.
Okay.
Oh, is that right?
Well, because of sports.
Oh.
Matthew's got wrestling tomorrow. Nick's got basketball, and then we're going to take off and go see the Patriots. My youngest son's a Patriots fan,
Oh,
then a Giants fan. My wife's a Jets fan, and
Wow.
I'm a Giants fan.
that's crazy.
I know. So.
I'll root for New York teams all the time, but
Yeah.
Jets, unfortunately.
I just feel bad for them. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
Watching them play the Bengals, and I was like, of course they're losing.
Of
I
course.
said, but now they have another record. They're the first team ever in the history of the NFL to lose twice in one season to teams with an 0-7 or worse record.
Oh, jeez.
They lost to the Dolphins, who are 0-7. They lost to the Bengals, who are
leave it to
0-11.
them.
Wow.
So I'm like, well, there's another Jet record for you. She's like, great, thanks. Now shut up and let me cook my meatballs.
I don't know, man.
All right, so Eric Haft playing tonight, headlining tonight.
Yes.
At McGuire's in Bohemia. And now, anything tomorrow that you want to plug while you're here? or-
Tomorrow, I just no. It's a private show, but nothing crazy.
all right.
Yeah, I don't even know where I am tomorrow, but it's some. It's not the club, but it's
It's on the
like some
calendar.
show
Okay.
I'm doing. It's not even a place that you can come, but yeah, tonight's great.
Well, it'll be great tonight. So work
It'll
your way
be a
over
lot
to
of
see
fun.
Eric Haft at McGuire's in Bohemia. What time is that? 7:30?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock show.
Get
there
the chicken
early.
Caesar salad wrap.
It's gonna be a madhouse, I swear. This he really attracts them.
I don't know. There are all kinds of.
That's a spot on
people
Jimmy.
come out of
That's a spot on Jimmy.
people come out of the woodwork. I swear, it's weird.
Well, there's
you know?
nothing else to do
We're
out
coming
there.
to see you.
I love all the people that say they're going to come. They never come and see.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
that's-
we
that's
gotta
not- yeah.
come and see. That's the thing all comics love to hear.
Don't-
We gotta come and see
I
you.
don't get that. People, I get that all the time. Hey, good to see you. How's everything? Good. I'm sorry I haven't made it to one of your murder mysteries. I'll get there. Like, I'm sorry I didn't call your insurance agency. Like, who cares? Like, I don't. It doesn't.
Right, that's right.
It doesn't bother me.
Only
Like,
comics get that. It's
Yeah,
weird.
it's
like
weird.
performers, you know.
Like the
I
people
gotta
feel.
come see
Yeah, they
you.
feel like they have to say that to you if you haven't been there. Like, who cares? It's cool.
I had a guy email me yesterday because he saw something. He's like, "Hey, man, keep me abreast of like." I said, "Didn't you say you're coming?" Well, I don't know. I really want to come tomorrow, but I don't know if it may not work out. What times it really start? I'm like, dude, just leave me alone.
Forget it.
Forget it. Right.
Either come or don't. I mean,
Right.
we don't really give a
Right.
crap, you know.
What times
It's
it
like they're going to
really
be people
start.
there regardless. Trust me.
Like
It's
his time is that valuable.
It's
That, like,
just
listen,
silly.
half's
Right.
going on at 9:50.
Yeah.
That's when I'm showing up.
Yeah.
Forget about all the other people.
All right, so there we go. It's 1 o'clock. It is time
it
for
is?
us to say goodbye.
Guys, thank you
Yes.
very much for
Thank
having
you,
me.
Eric Haft.
It was
Thank you, pal.
awesome. Thank you.
Lots of fun as always.
Eric Half, comedian, smoker, smoker of meats.
Drummer, smoker, extraordinaire. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right, there we go. See Eric tonight at the McGuire's in Bohemia, and maybe we'll see you guys Monday. Maybe.
Maybe.
We'll let you know over the weekend. Everybody have a great weekend, and we'll see you. Bye.